Ben in Orem is dancing this morning. Was not expecting to dance this morning, and is dancing
In
this
Orem?
morning in Orem.
Norm? Because on this day,
in 1948, Gerard Hugh Leo Sayer was born.
I wonder how many times somebody has said to Leo, "Get out of here!
Why?
Just get the hell out, will you?
Why would
It's
they-
4 o'clock in the morning and you're going, hey, get out! Get out!"
That is a number one
Horrible
Billboard
song.
chart-topping hit.
Ray Parker Jr. claims the song was stolen from him
He's
course.
claimed that a lot.
after he played it in a studio for an executive who promised he'd get credit. Parker received no royalties, no credit for the song. "This is not Leo's fault," he said. "He tried to cut 6 or 7 more of my songs just because he felt so bad." Get out, Leo!
Just close my eyes and I'm with
Leo
This
Sayer.
was number one too. He had
Yeah,
two number
I know.
one.
There
I
was
love
we
it
had
more than I can say.
he had quite a few.
this one isn't terrible. I think for some reason I like this.
I'll love you twice as much tomorrow. How do you know that?
Well, that's how overflowing my love is. I got nonstop love, baby.
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
For your loving today.
more than I can say.
Yes, Leo, he's still around.
I love you twice as much.
76 years old. And still performs.
Does he?
Still
Yeah.
performing. Well,
Says,
he has
uh,
to.
His
Years-
voice cannot be that high anymore.
Years active, early 70s to present. I told you, though, I saw, this was a few years ago, but I saw Frankie Valli in concert somewhere in New Jersey.
Yeah.
He was 88, and he could
He
still...
still has that high.
Well, these poor sons of bitches have to keep performing. They have to pay the bills because the record industry screwed them so badly.
But he still had the, he could still sing like that.
They shouldn't have to be out there
No.
dancing.
I think Frankie Valli is out there doing it for the love of it.
You think?
Because the audience was almost entirely it was a theater in the round, and as I looked at the audience, it was almost entirely older women.
We love you.
I think Frankie liked doing it.
I don't know if Leo Sayer has lots of women.
Well, I'm
fawning
looking at a
over him.
current picture of Leo, and
Not a handsome.
you know who he
man.
looks like? Carrie, you should come and look at this. I'm not going to tell you. You come here and tell me who that reminds you of. Come on. Tom Greenlee.
Yeah.
It's Tom Greenlee.
Someone nobody knows.
I didn't want to say, because that was the first instinct. But then I thought, surely he's not making me go that inside baseball.
Yeah, no, it's just an old boss of ours. He looks almost exactly like him.
I was going to say.
He
it
also
looks-
had a high
I was
voice.
going to say it looks more like he is Vigo, the guy from Ghostbusters 2. Janosch, who was McNichol, Kristen
Oh,
McNichol's
yes.
brother.
Yeah,
Peter McNichol.
Peter McNichol.
Very funny
oh,
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Very
he does
funny
look
dude.
like Peter McNichol.
Yeah, so to flip here for just a second before we're done farting around, and we'll have some Mill Creek coffee here while we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mill Creek coffee, the best. So Gina,
Yes.
we made this little video today,
Yes.
and it's Gina showing off this present that Carrie brought in, beautifully wrapped, by the way.
Yes.
Who wrapped that present?
Sue.
Beautifully wrapped, heavy
Mm-hmm.
present, and it's what's it for, Gina?
It's my daughter's graduation. It's
Mm.
her graduation present.
And then Gina turned to me and said, "And so what did you get my daughter for graduation, Bill?" And I said, "Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zero. Zilch.
You know I'm kidding.
Nothing. Well, you were trying to make me feel bad.
No, I
Yes, you were. You were trying to make me feel bad, but it's not working because today is my son's birthday.
Okay.
My younger son's birthday.
Little Bill's birthday.
Little Bill's birthday. And you know what I'm getting him?
Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Your own child.
And you know why?
Why?
Because every time I asked him, "What do you want for your birthday?" he said, "Bullets." I said, I said, I'm not getting you bullets. I need ammunition. I'm not going to give you a gift of bullets. No.
Wow.
All right. Oh, he just goes, all right then.
It's bullets or nothing.
All right then.
That's all I need.
I just need some bullets, Dad.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not getting you bullets. How about a gun then? Give me a gun.
Oh,
You got this backwards, son. You need the gun for.
Well, I think he has one, I believe. I've said I don't want you to have it at the house, but
it's buried in the yard.
it's I won't go into it further,
Okay. It's okay.
but it's carefully concealed.
Good.
I've never seen it. But what do you do when you say it? Bullets? Come on, something else. I don't need anything else. I just need bullets.
Or money for bullets.
Yeah, no.
Hamburger? No, a cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake.
See, I could do
I want
this.
potato
You'll
chip.
get nothing and like it.
Yeah, just tell them that.
Well, you'll get nothing and you'll like it. Yeah, so there you go. So I'm not a good gift giver to begin with, and I don't feel obligated in most cases to get people gifts.
And don't feel I was honestly joking.
Gina,
Do not expect you to get.
I'm going to feel horrible about this for the rest of the week. You've ruined my week.
She got so many flowers for graduation. It was like somebody died in my house.
Wow.
There were so.
Why?
Why?
I don't think of flowers when I think graduation gifts.
Flowers is like people that live out of state send her flowers. Like
That seems weird.
Cash should be better.
Yeah. Why don't?
That's what I was telling Sue with our gift. I was like, cash is something
is
she
always good.
She would,
Yeah.
certainly be able to put to use. Oh, but I want something a little more, and I'm
That's
okay.
which
But
is-
cash.
very.
Yeah, I don't know why you would send. Why don't you just send a gift card or a check or something?
I mean, the flowers are very nice. They're beautiful.
Well, okay.
Is that it?
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Yes, indeed. Let's move on then. We'll take a break here, and then we'll come back with your check-ins at 877-602-9696. 877-602-9696. Check in. What are you getting Gina's daughter for graduation?
Yeah.
Give us a call and let us know.
Or what did you get for graduation? There are a lot of graduates that are listening.
877-602-9696. Or you can text us 33986. It's time for another big empty edition of Beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, inviting you to try whiskey toothpaste. Yes, it's genuine 6-proof stuff in both Scotch and bourbon flavors.
Wow.
Why fight oral hygiene? Enjoy it.
Why fight?
Enjoy it.
Fight.
Here's real He-Man toothpaste.
Oh.
The best argument yet for brushing 3 times a day.
Okay.
2.5-ounce tubes flavored with the real thing, Scotch or bourbon. Night before, feeling on the morning after. Rinse with soda instead of water, if you prefer. Whiskey toothpaste, only $1 per tube. Send your money today to Greenland Studios, Department HG, 114 Miami, 47 Florida. And now, here's a real He-Man who doesn't need whiskey toothpaste. He's high all the time. Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer, everybody. All right, the randomizer has chosen your contestant. This is Ryan R.
Hello, Ryan R.
Ryan R.
Ryan R.
Hi.
Welcome. Oh, let me turn the music off in your ear. There we go. Is that better?
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Ryan
Yes.
R. is our contestant. Let's toss a coin to see if Ryan goes first. If you win the toss, it will give you an advantage in the game. Call it.
Heads.
All right, coin toss app says Tails, Gina Barberi.
Oh, I have advantage, Ryan R. But
Yeah.
don't worry, you could fight your way back to win these Hot Wheels Monster Trucks live tickets. They're coming to Maverick Center on the 16th and 17th of September.
But if she manages to defeat you in this trivia round, what are you prepared to do in her name, Ryan?
I'm going to donate to the Wobbly Cat Rescue.
Wobbly cat.
Wobbly cat.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So, Ryan, the first question is for Gina to answer. It's multiple choice. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, I'll allow you to answer it correctly and steal the point away from her. It is Sandra Bullock trivia.
Sandy. Her friends call her Sandy.
All right, then. You think you know so much about Sandy? Let's see what you got here.
Okay.
Besides English,
Oh.
which language does Sandra Bullock speak fluently?
Uh-oh.
See,
Okay.
we stayed away from the movies because Gina would walk away with this. This is for your advantage, Ryan. Let's see. So which language does she speak fluently? Is it 1, French? Is it 2, German? Is it 3, jive? Or 4, the language of the millennial?
I'm going to say French.
French, you think, huh?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
No.
Ryan?
Ryan?
Well, then I'm going to go with number 2.
German.
Yes, think of the name.
Yes. Bullock.
Bullock. All right.
Okay.
Ryan, you got a point, and you control the question.
All right. Ryan,
Good.
what was her other job that she would have pursued if acting in movies didn't take off? What was her other job that she would have pursued if she didn't become an actress? Was it 1, rat catcher, 2, romance novelist, 3, florist, or 4, a town crier?
I'll try the novelist.
Romance novelist.
Nicely done, Ryan. You have 2 points. Gina has none.
Wow.
Gina controls the question.
Oh, so you better get this right,
I
Gina.
better.
Okay. What did she design? Yes, she's an inventor, too.
All right.
What did she design to help keep her dogs safe?
Okay.
Was it 1, doggy seat belts?
Okay.
2, giant soundproof crates so that they can safely be on set and not disturb the recordings of the filming? Was it 3, a muzzle that looks like a duck's bill? Then it looks like a doggy duck. Or 4, a water slide from the top floor of her mansion so that they can easily and quickly get out in case of fire?
I'm going to say soundproof cage. No?
Gina.
Oh,
No points for Gina. Ryan, you could just ice this thing
you
right
could.
now.
You could.
With the seatbelt one.
Doggy seat
And
belts.
there you go. Ryan knows his Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
He's got 3-0, just like that. Nicely done, Ryan.
I was
Very
too
nicely done.
confident.
You were
Thank
too
you,
cocky.
thank you.
Now, here's a couple of things. First of all, we'll have plenty of leftover Sandra
Okay.
Bullock questions for next week, Gina. But also the doggy muzzle that looks like a duck's
Yeah.
bill. That's a real thing.
Yep.
And I think I need one.
I saw a picture of one somewhere. All right, Ryan, just hang on the line, and some nice person will come on and tell you how to get your prize. And thanks so much for playing our game.
Thank you,
All right, I've got to go brush my teeth.
John. Ooh, 3 times a day.
More than that.
Six.
6:20. Let's get this over with.
You betcha. We'll start the show officially, and then we'll go to your check-ins at 877-602-9696. Looks like a couple of people are there on the phone. There's still a line open, so you can call. Also, you can text us 33986. We have a sponsor, Gina.
Buy 3, get 1 free at Big O Tires now through May 26th during the Ready to Road Trip sale. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The moon is 95.7% of full. It's a waxing gibbous moon. It'll be a full moon on the 23rd, so two days from now. The moon will rise today at 7:15 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 21st day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. It's National Stop Nausea Day.
Okay.
Oh, please.
And my advice, the best way to do that is to stop listening to this show. And now I don't get this. It's National Waiters and Waitresses Day.
Okay.
And it's also National Wait Staff Day. So
Pick one.
I don't know why that would be. It's a Strawberries and Cream Day. It's Talk Like Yoda Day.
No.
Like
Don't. No.
like
No.
Yoda Talk You Will Day.
No.
Like Talk Day Will You Yoda Loda
No.
Day. No. It's a fish migration day. Fish. We're going to stop the fish at the border. They're trying to send us,
Take our fish
their
jobs.
murderers,
When they
their
send
rapists.
their fish, they're
their
not sending their best.
No, they're sending their murder fishes, their rapist fishes.
They're
Or
sending crappie.
some of them are very fine
They're
fish.
sending perch.
Some of them are probably very fine fish, but And it's End of the World Day.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm done.
Imagine the
That's
apocalypse,
fine.
if you will. It's time to hold on tight and leave on the light, because this is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Carrie Jackson, the behatted one. I'm Handsome Bill Allred. Right over there is gift shamer Gina Barberi. Katie for short is our fine producer. Macy is here helping out, and Vax the dog, probably sleeping at this point in his cozy bed.
Because wouldn't
there.
you be if you didn't have to be working?
Yeah, I would
Wouldn't
be.
you sleeping?
His cozy bed. I noticed that he was all covered up with a blanket yesterday, too.
Well, it was a little chilly.
All right. Shall we do it?
All right, let's begin the check-ins with Demetra is here.
Demetra, thanks for checking in with us.
Hi, good morning. You were
Demetra.
talking about graduation presents,
Yeah.
and for high school graduation, I had wanted a typewriter because I was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And I get home from dinner with my parents because I was such a nerd. I didn't go to any parties, and my parents had gotten me a sewing machine.
A sewing machine. Well,
And my relatives all got me, I got presents like gold necklaces and linen and negligees for my dowry.
Oh, jeez.
for your dowry.
That's a
Dowry?
weird.
Well, that's a Greek thing, isn't
that
it?
is a weird graduation present.
I think it's kind of a
And
Greek.
the thing I was most disappointed about was the sewing machine. I mean,
I have a similar graduation story. I had somehow convinced myself that my grandparents were going to give me a car.
They never said they were going to give you a
No.
car. You just thought.
I just somehow convinced myself.
Surely
and
they'll give me a car.
and what I got was a Polaroid camera.
I'm sorry, Bill.
That's well.
It's not a sewing machine. Sewing machine is like giving you a job.
Yeah.
Like here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a vacuum cleaner.
They were expecting me to be a good Greek housewife,
Yeah.
not a pharmacist.
I'm wondering if that sewing machine was from Dave's Burning Up. Thanks.
It was a singer.
Thanks, Demetra. See
Thanks,
ya.
Demetra.
Right?
Let's go to Alexander.
Alexander of Salt Lake, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Alexander of East Stabbington.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, and?
And I actually had a clarifying question about that.
Okay.
I was born and raised in East Stabbington, but I live in West Valley. Do I
Oh.
claim?
It's your choice.
Where do I claim?
It's your
yeah.
choice.
Where feels like home to you, Alexander?
Definitely East Stabbington.
Okay, then
Yeah,
go
so-
with that.
Well, then go with
It
that.
would be Alexander of East Stabbington. I have lived in Salt Lake now longer than I lived in my hometown of Ogden. I was born and grew up in Ogden. I've lived in Salt Lake longer, but I still consider myself Bill of Ogden.
It's wherever feels like
Great.
home to you.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Alexander.
Yes. Well, thank you for clearing that up for me.
It's our pleasure.
I was wondering if there's been any updates on Dawn's work schedule.
Give this man a mug,
Give him a
Katie.
mug.
Give
Does
Alexander
he
a mug.
has he gotten 40 hours yet? Because I'm
Well,
really.
you know, I work 4 days. I work 4 days, and
We haven't heard.
I'm hoping to do some work for
Man.
Habitat for Humanity coming up.
That's the funniest. That is the funniest phone call we've had in days.
Give this man a mug.
Katie, give him a mug. Give this man a mug.
Thanks, Alexander.
Hold
All right.
on.
Hang on.
Let's see. For a long time, I thought that song was the Bee Gees.
Kind of has a Bee Gees
Sure
feel
does.
to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Good morning. Got my son a bouquet of roses, but all the way around the roses is $100 of $2 bills folded like roses.
So, she got one of those
Oh,
too.
money bouquet.
Her friend's mom made her a money lay, like little dollars
Oh,
folded
yeah?
into
So you can fold it into. Oh, okay. Tree of Maine checking in. Maddie of North Salt Lake checking in.
Katie, would you ask Alexander what he got Gina's daughter for graduation?
Jacob Murray. Meshach of Erda.
You could put him back on if he has an answer.
Blaine of Ogden checking in. Thank you for not playing the most annoying Leo Sayer song, Long Tall Glasses. Okay, now you're going to make
Now
me
you
do
have
it,
to
'cause
play it.
I can't
You
recall
call
it.
Yeah. Up to here.
Did a two-step, quick step, and a bossa nova, little Victor Sylvester,
Yeah.
and a Rudy Valentino. You should have seen me moving right across the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it now.
Long, tall glasses.
Let's see. Johnny B checking in. Good to be back on Mountain Time and hear y'all's voices again. Today is the commencement of laying thin brick at my house. I did not know Gina's daughter was exacting gifts, or I would have gotten her a bottle of Screwball whiskey. Mike of Nashville checking in. Hauling ass on Nolansville Road this morning. It's going to be a good day. Austin lean to the left, Larry of North Ogden. Mauricio Paez of Pittsburgh. I love with all my degree. Wait a minute. Mitch, the finance guy of Pleasant Grove, checking in. It's the only thing I got when graduating is the realization of getting a job. At least I have the job I love with my degree.
There you go.
That'd be a good expo. We'll do that sometime. What was your graduation gift, and was it good or disappointing?
Quaid of Roy, running 15 minutes late. Dan of Evanston checking in. Right Wing Wade checking in. FOP Holly from West Jordan.
She's starting a new job today.
Oh, good
Good
for
luck,
her.
Holly.
John checking in. I'm addicted to marshmallows.
I'm sorry.
Perry City listener checking in. My allergies have gotten so bad, I think the plants are actually trying to kill me. I don't need to imagine the apocalypse. It sure feels like it's happening in slow motion. Love Sid. Some dude in Rose Park checking in. I want to point out if they made a Steven Universe movie, Bill could play Greg in the Universe pretty well.
I don't know that.
I don't know that cartoon well enough to say. Joshua of Ogdenville checking in. Chef Roy, downtown Salt Lake. Well, everybody's in line. So.
I like it. Okay, so US 189 is closed both directions along Deer Creek Reservoir. This is due to a tanker which crashed into the lake. The contents are spilling into the water. It's a hazmat situation. They're diving to try to find the driver. It's a mess. That will probably be closed for...
Leaking propane.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Not only propane, but the actual fuel
yeah.
from the truck.
Yeah.
So it's big mess up there. That's the only thing that UDOT's reporting, though. You can report what you're seeing on the roads by texting us, 33986. Utah First Credit Union's personal checking. Every feature comes standard. Learn more at utahfirst.com.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these with some messages, a song, and big boy news and a pinuendo, and then we'll get right into Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain coming up. Stockton 12 Honda.
I'll be there this Saturday from 11 to 1. It's Stockton 12 Honda's big Memorial Day sale. And Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer, been a part of the community for 25 years. I've purchased a couple of cars from them, always had a good relationship. And, you know, they have a great service department, too. But right this weekend, starting on Thursday, huge savings on the entire inventory, discounts on every model, lowest prices and daily rates in years, huge selection of brand new Hondas, and certified pre-owned Hondas at Stockton 12 Honda. Now, join us Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. I'll be there Saturday. We're going to have barbecue, free car washes, and shoot baskets for prizes like baseball tickets and gift cards to local shops and restaurants, so much more. Stockton 12 Honda, always competitive pricing. Shane Parrish, the GM, makes sure of that. So go to Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy.
What happened?
Well, so it was Saturday afternoon after the remote that I did, and I was home, and I needed to go to the grocery store, and the car, that lovely Subaru,
Yes.
You've been raving about it.
parked at the parked on the street at the curb, and it's a 4-lane street, 2 lanes going east and 2 lanes going west. That's the way it works. And so sometimes if I'm parked and I'm facing east and I want to go west, you do a turn, a big U-turn across the highway and start down west.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do that all the time. And I look in the rearview mirror to see if there's any traffic coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can see ahead of me there's no traffic coming down, so I look in the rearview mirror, and there's a delivery truck coming up the road in the inside lane.
Okay.
And but then it signals and pulls over up kind of behind me, and to like it's going to make a delivery or something. And I go, oh, okay, I can go then, because he's and so I start to do my U-turn, and then I just briefly I think, wait a minute. I can't see if there's anything in the other lane because that truck is blocking my view.
Yeah.
Wham.
Oh, as you were thinking that.
Yeah. It was just a momentary lapse of judgment, you know. And just before I got hit, I said to myself, this is not a good idea what you're doing.
Bill, what are you doing?
And but it was too late. And so there's significant damage to the driver's front side of
What kind of
the
car hit
Subaru.
you?
It was a truck, a pickup truck, a Chevy Colorado, and there's significant damage to the passenger front side of his where he hit me. And as a matter of fact, I don't think his car was drivable because of the way it.
Oh, really?
His truck, yeah.
Did you tell him to call the advocates?
So we, but what was interesting about the whole experience? Neither of us were injured. We were both calm about the whole thing. And by the end of the whole thing, you know, all the process you go through, we were kind of laughing a little bit and you know, just like, what do you do? And I said to him, you know, this is the way human beings should handle things.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I just want to thank you because this was my fault.
He could have come out
been
swinging.
yelling and screaming at me, and you know, and he didn't, and he said several times, look, accidents happen. I understand. Don't you're okay. You're fine. And I said, I just want to thank you for that. We could be 2 human beings working on this.
Yeah, it doesn't always go that way.
No. And another thing that was nice too, and I don't know who this guy was, or there was a bit of junk in the center of the road that had come off mostly his car, hunks of car and glass, and we're trying to just sort of collect ourselves. And some guy came up with 2 shovels. Yeah, they were plastic shovels, you know, or they had plastic
Snow shovels.
Yeah, kind of like snow shovels, and said, "Do you mind if I clean that stuff up?" No, thanks. That'd be great. And he went and cleared the rubble out of the road, and then I don't know where he went. And he put it in the gutter, and then I later went and got a broom and cleaned up the stuff that was in the gutter.
But is it drivable?
I feel not. I don't think I should. I don't. Yeah, it's just parked, and I just feel terrible about it because I love that car, and it's not my car. So we'll see where we go from here. You know, I filed an insurance claim, and my insurance should cover it. So, you know.
Well, you insure the driver, not the car. So. You're an insured driver, right?
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I told them when I said it was a rental car and that it was, and they said, okay, well, just give us the information. I haven't. I still need. So when you call the police now, you can do this thing where they say, we don't necessarily have to send someone if no one's injured. Here's the numbers, and you can file a report online.
Oh.
And so the other driver kept trying to do it on his phone, and he couldn't get it to work. And so I contacted him later on and said, did you ever get it to work? And he said, yeah, I filed a report at home. And so I started to file it last night and then realized I didn't have the registration, and so I got to finish doing it today. And then because I was just checking the insurance, and they don't have a police report yet because I haven't filed it. But I'll file it this morning, and it'll be fine that way. But it's just, I haven't been in an accident since, God, I don't know when. I can't.
Did you ever get to the grocery store?
Yeah, I did later on because, I have a car that I haven't been using. But I don't know. It's just the hassle of it is what more than anything. And I just feel bad about that car. I feel just terrible about that car because it was such a nice, they'll fix it up, and it's such a nice car. I just love driving it, and I just makes you,
yeah,
it's, and especially when it's your fault, you just go, that was on me. That was really on me.
Oh, that's all Bill.
That was all on me.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the last accident I got in was also my fault. Now that I think, this is about 15 years ago or something. And I wasn't watching, and a woman who I thought, in front of me, who I thought was turning, wasn't. And I rear-ended her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always your fault. If you rear-end somebody, there's
means
just
you're
no.
following too close. And...
Yeah. So, or not paying attention or whatever. So.
The last accident I was in, somebody who didn't have insurance hit me, and my car burst into flames.
I remember that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that. But thankfully, that the guy that hit me, it was my fault. He was not a jerk. He lives here now, but he's not from here.
Did he know who you were?
No. Had no idea.
I was waiting for that part of the story. Bill Allred hit me.
Had no idea, but it did come up because I said, well, it's not my car, and here's why I have it. And then, of course, one of my neighbors, who I really like, but he came up and, now you guys are okay, right? Is there anything I can do, Bill? Can I help you? He said, and I said, no, Ray, we're fine. He said, well, it's you hit a big star here, you know that, don't you?
Come on. What was your car that burst into flames? People are asking.
My MDX.
Oh.
My car didn't burst into flames. Their car, when it hit me, burst into flames, but they were stuck together.
Oh.
So we were like, get out of the car, quick, there's flames. And no insurance. Thanks.
No insurance. All right.
Well, there it is. My fault.
Well,
I'm sorry, and I apologize to Mark Miller Subaru. And
has Mark called you yet?
No. Don't know what's going to happen.
Mark finding out about this
probably right now. Yeah.
Well, and someone points out, now you can talk about how safe the car was in a crash.
It was really solid, man. I mean, yeah.
Depeche Mode. But you knew that. 6:41. Right now it's Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine. They're Just Fine. It's our Dead Celebrity game. Very easy game to play. We're going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly, and you will win.
I'm sorry, I took a bite of my Kind bar. A mug! A Radio from Hell diner-style mug. They're new, they're cream, they're gorgeous. You get a mug.
All right.
Cream-colored.
Cream-colored coffee mug. 877-602-9696. Line up to play Frank Christ Presents right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Need new windows? Buy direct from the only local manufacturer, Advanced Window Products, sales and installation, all in-house, no middleman markups, advancedwindows.com.
Tragedy. He was one of a kind and original. He will be missed. Actually, I'm noting this in passing. Bruce Nordstrom has died. 90 years old. He was the company, Nordstrom Department Stores, the company's president. Are
you sure he's not Bruce Nordstrom's?
Yes, I'm sure. Bruce Nordstrom, who along with 3 other members of his family transformed a small chain of Pacific Northwest shoe stores into an international fashion retail giant with more than 150 locations worldwide, died on Saturday at his home in Seattle. He said that he would, to pay for the funeral, he was trying to use snow tires to pay for the...
They'll take them.
Yeah. His death was confirmed by a company spokesman. And then I wasn't going to do anything with this story at all because nobody knows who these people are, but I like this quote. Penguin Random House Publishers has fired 2 of its top publishers.
Okay.
In a significant shakeup, Penguin Random House, the largest publishing house in the United States, announced on Monday that the publishers of 2 of its most prestigious literary implants had been let go. The departure of Reagan Arthur, the publisher of the Alfred A. Knopf group, and Lisa Lucas, the publisher of Pantheon and Schocken, came as a surprise to many in the company, including, it seemed, to Ms. Lucas, Lisa Lucas. Here's what she said. When she learned that she had been fired, she said, "I have some regrets about spending the weekend working."
She clearly didn't know she was going to be fired if
Yeah.
she spent the weekend working.
I like that quote. Well, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is considering, this is very weighty stuff.
I'll say.
Very weighty stuff. He's considering taking back Sean Diddy Combs' key to the city.
He's considering.
He's considering it.
What's there to consider,
This
Eric?
comes after surveillance video emerged of Diddy assaulting an ex-girlfriend and singer Cassie Ventura in 2016, which also corroborated claims she made in a more recent lawsuit.
And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because we sort of moved on from it quickly yesterday. So this is 2016. Happened years ago.
Yes.
The video comes out because the police raided his house, and he hung onto the video. And everyone's making a big deal of it. And he, a day or 2 ago, put out a apology video. I'm very sorry about this. I needed help. I got therapy. I went to rehab. This happened in 2016, and he has denied that it happened until the video came out. So he's not sorry, and he didn't get help. He's saying those things because you know that it's true. He's been denying it for years. He didn't get help.
Here's what the mayor says about taking the key back. "I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of that young lady being assaulted by him," the mayor said. Quote, "The committee and the team have never rescinded a key before, but we're now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be."
You need the committee?
And you're acting like this is a real thing.
Just say, "Hey, Diddy, bring the key back."
Just say
you can slip it under the door.
Just say, by Ocratic command, I've decided, Eric.
Or how about they change the locks so his key doesn't work anymore? How about that?
A semi-truck traveling southbound on US 89 last night lost control, early this morning, crashed into Deer Creek Reservoir, according to the Utah Highway Patrol. Lieutenant Cameron Roden with UHP told ABC4 that the semi-truck semi-truck lost control before it jackknifed and hit the guardrail. After hitting the guardrail, the semi went into the reservoir. In a social media post, UHP called the rollover crash very serious and clarified that it had closed traffic in both directions. Crews are estimating an extended closure for recovery and hazmat. According to Roden, the truck was hauling propane, which appears to be leaking. The cab of the semi-truck was submerged in the reservoir, the trailer protruding from the water. Roden said the driver of the semi-truck was unaccounted for as of 8 p.m. last night, and I think that's still the case this morning. With traffic closed in both directions, drivers have been encouraged to seek alternate routes, such as I-80. And a body found near Snowbird Resort has been identified as Charles Esposito of Layton. The Unified Police say they received a call at about 10:30 Sunday from a concerned relative regarding a family member who had not returned from skiing. Authorities responded to the location where they found Mr. Esposito's car in the parking lot. Using cell phone tracking technology, they determined his phone was in the vicinity of the Gadzoon lift. Despite extensive searches, he couldn't be located that night. Then the search was suspended until daylight. About 8 a.m. Monday, the search resumed, and authorities located the missing man identified as Esposito. His death remains under investigation, and the police department say they are awaiting a formal determination of cause of death. No further information available now. And let's see. And there have been developments, I believe, in the Daybell case up in Boise, Idaho. What's going on there? We'll go to the crime desk now, and Gina Barberi.
Chad Daybell's kids must love him a lot.
Really?
They're lying so bad for him on the stand. So it's defense's turn to present their case. Chad Daybell's children, Emma Murray and Garth Daybell. Now, lots of people in Tammy Daybell, their mother, their beloved mother, who was murdered by their father, lots of people in her life said, Tammy was really healthy. She'd been going to the gym. She'd been working out. Well, that's not what her kids say. Her kids said, oh, she's been having these fainting spells, and she's been going to bed a lot and can't sleep.
You mean she had been?
Yeah, she had been, yes. On cross-examination, though, they said, her doctor, her medical records did not show any issues at all. And one of the kids said, well, she lied to her health care providers because she didn't want them to know what was going on. These kids are so, I say these kids, they're not young children.
Are they in the cult?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
They are all in for Dad.
Who allegedly murdered his wife.
Oh, no, he totally did it. What his daughter said, her father...
You can direct those lawsuits to Gina Barberi.
Her father's religious views were fundamental and not typical of Latter-day Saint beliefs. On one occasion, she described her father exorcising a being from inside of her that was causing anxiety. She said, I felt like there was an actual person trying to control me, and my dad made it go.
What kind of exercises did he make it do?
Gina, when you say it that way, you make it sound weird.
Yeah, why would it be weird? They're lying for Dad. Wow. That was yesterday at the Daybell trial.
The Trump trial yesterday was exciting. They tried to destroy the credibility of prosecution star witness Michael D. Cohen. That tactic may not have paid off as expected, as the judge in the case almost immediately lost his patience with the defense witness, Robert J. Costello, a lawyer and fixture in New York's legal world who once advised Mr. Cohen. Shortly after Costello took the stand on Monday, prosecutors objected to a series of questions. When the judge sided with the prosecution, Mr. Costello muttered, "Geez," registering his dismay and irking the judge, Juan Marchand. Mr. Costello tried to walk back his remark, mumbling under his breath that he wanted to strike it from the record. The testimony continued, but a few minutes later, Judge Marchand again grew frustrated with the witness. He dismissed the jury and said to Costello, if you don't like my ruling, you don't say geez, and you don't say strike it, because I'm the only one who can strike testimony in court. Are you staring me down? Quit giving me... Then he cleared the courtroom.
Yeah.
Said, quit giving me the evil eye, quit staring me down, quit giving me the side eye. And and Costello said, well, listen, can I ask you something? And the judge said, no, this is not a dialogue.
That's not how this works. Have you never been in a courtroom before, sir?
Of course he has. He's
Yes,
a lawyer.
exactly.
All right, so there's that. And also as a character support for Donald Trump, who shows up yesterday? Chuck Zito.
Yeah.
Chuck Zito, former leader of the Hells Angels motorcycle gang, an entourage of more than a dozen supporters, among them Chuck Zito, who helped found the early 1980s New York Nomads chapter of the Hells Angels. The Justice Department described the organization as criminal enterprise and linked the New York chapter to the Gambino crime family. Mr. Zito later left the biker group to try to become a movie star. Trump has long shown affection for macho bikers and addressed a rally of them in Washington in 2016.
This is a clown show.
Mr. Zito joined in the courtroom on Monday, and Zito's he's just a piece of work.
Oh, these bikers are going to be the army for his new Reich.
Okay.
Robert Kennedy
and then there's that.
lists his home as his voting address as it's a home in foreclosure that he's never lived in.
And no one has seen him in.
No, independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy has listed his friend's New York home, which is in foreclosure, as his voting address. The politician's campaign did not comment on the foreclosure when Scripps News requested a comment on the matter, but said Kennedy receives mail at the Westchester County address and that his driver's license, car, and other registration are attached to the home. The campaign said that the property is the presidential candidate's official address, but neighbors say, wait, we've never seen him here.
No.
He's not. No.
Where does he really live?
He doesn't live here. And finally, this Target. They are vowing to reduce prices on milk, meat, bread, soda, fresh fruit and vegetables, snacks, yogurt, peanut butter, coffee, diapers, paper towels, and pet food. The company expects that 5,000 items will have lower prices this summer. And what are they doing? Well, they're trying to get Walmart. They're trying to go after Walmart.
So it is price gouging. They can control the prices. It's not out of their hands like they've been saying.
It's the president's fault.
That's it.
All right.
What?
Sports weather traffic.
Okay, so we're getting closer to being done with basketball. We're now in the conference finals. We got the Indiana Pacers and the Boston Celtics. Their first game is tonight at 6 o'clock. We have the Mavericks and the Timberwolves tomorrow at 6:30. In the NHL, last night Edmonton wins their series. They beat the Canucks 3-2. And the Panthers and the Rangers play tomorrow at 6. Salt Lake Bees are having a homestand against Albuquerque. It's Smith's Family Night. You can take the whole family, get 4 tickets for $30 and 50% off all your sodas and hot dogs. Take the kids to the ballpark for dinner tonight. That's your sports. Weather. It's chilly this morning. I was cold leaving my house. 43 right now. Only going to get up to 63 for a high today. That's about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Overnight lows in the 40s. We'll gradually warm up. Looks like 76 tomorrow and partly sunny. Traffic, friend of the program says the line to the Westgate at Hill Air Force Base is backed up onto the freeway going southbound I-15. Thank you, Infinity member, for sending that in. Bill mentioned that accident on US 189. They say this is probably going to be closed most of the day. This is up by Deer Creek Reservoir due to that tanker spill up there. That's hazmat situation. They've shut the whole thing down. Do not go near it. It probably will not be open anytime soon. That's your traffic. Send us something if you see it, 33986. Will your air conditioner get through another hot summer? Get $496 off a new AC for your home through the end of May. Visit LarsonHVAC.com/X96 for details.
You can save a little money on an air conditioner there, Frank.
Oh, I don't need it.
Oh,
He's an air conditioner wherever he goes. He makes the room cold.
I don't have any flesh.
Frank Christ has joined us, the old deathmonger himself.
I don't feel.
Frank is here. He is the reaper of celebrity souls. When a celebrity dies, it's Frank's job to go collect that essence and take it to the
distribution
center. And I know you get the summons via pneumatic tube.
I get the notice. Yes,
like when Dabney Coleman died.
Yeah, go get Dabney Coleman.
But you load them in your scooter.
Yes.
You can see the scooter at x96.com/live right now. That's a nice scooter, and you put
electric.
I know you love the environment.
It's electric.
And you You put the celebrity's essence in the scooter and you take them off. Why? I don't know why they don't just have a pneumatic tube system. You could just put him in a.
Are you anti-job?
Well, no.
Look at all the reapers who would be out of work.
Yeah,
Now, that's an awful lot of pneumatic tubes.
Yeah.
It was just cost prohibitive.
well, it's really horrible for Frank to have to do this job because Frank loves.
I love our precious celebrities.
I know you do. Frank is here to play the game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of 4 actors, 4 celebrities, and on this list, 3 of them,
No, they're fine. Just fine.
but one of them Frank has taken, and it is the contestant's job to figure out which celebrity is dead and who do we have to play.
Jeff is here.
Jeff, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Jeff, how are you?
Good, good.
He's not
Just,
gonna.
almost headed to work.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff.
That's me.
Jeff, I hope you're fine. We're going to read you 4 celebrities. You select the one that's dead, and you will win what, Gina?
A beautiful, brand new edition of the Radio from Hell Diner Style coffee mug.
All right, Jeff, here we go. 4 actors here, all in movies about the end of the world, because it is End of the World Day today. You identify the dead one, and you'll win that wonderful coffee mug. Number 1, Charlotte Rampling. Early on, she was cast in the role of Meredith in the film Georgie Girl and was in the comedy Rotten to the Core. She starred opposite Yul Brynner in The Long Duel. She also starred in Foxtrot and Orca. She gained recognition in Farewell, My Lovely, Stardust Memories, and The Verdict. Her End of the World movie, she appeared with Sean Connery in the post-apocalyptic movie Zardoz. Number 1, Charlotte Rampling. Number 2, Keenan Wynn. Among his many film credits were The Three Musketeers, playing D'Artagnan's servant, Annie Get Your Gun, Royal Wedding, Kiss Me Kate, The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit, The Absent-Minded Professor, and The Americanization of Emily. He also appeared in several Disney films, Snowball Express, Shaggy D.A., Absent-Minded Professor, Son of Flubber, and Herbie Rides Again.
Oh, he was wonderful as Alonzo Hawk.
He played Colonel Bat Guano in Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Number 2, Keenan Wynn. Number 3, Udo Kier. An early starring role in Andy Warhol's Frankenstein led to a string of art house, low-budget mainstream horror films like Blade, Modern Vampires, Shadow of the Vampire, Dracula 3000, and Blood Rain. One of his most famous Hollywood roles was Ron Camp in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. He was in End of Days, about Satan trying to bring about the end of the world. Number 3, Udo Kier. And finally on this list, Mimi Rogers. Her notable film roles were in Gung Ho, Someone to Watch Over Me, Desperate Hours, and Full Body Massage. She also appeared in The Mirror Has Two Faces, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, and Lost in Space. In Rapture, she got the best notices of her career, playing a young woman who becomes a born-again Christian when she learns that the rapture is about to occur. Number 4, Mimi Rogers. There you go. One of those actors is dead. Who is it, Jeff?
I'm going to go with Keenan Wynn.
Good.
Wow,
Very good.
okay.
Very good. Very good. Keenan Wynn. He's been gone for a while. He died in
yes.
1986 at the age of 70.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Congratulations. You won one of these diner-style coffee mugs, Jeff. They're very nice. I hope you'll be happy with it. Thanks for playing the game, and hang on the line.
Oh, well.
Yes.
All right. I've got to go.
Where are you going?
Well, I've got to go check on a few people.
Mm.
Has anyone seen Ron Isley?
No.
How old is Ron?
One of the Isley brothers?
No.
82
Okay,
today.
yeah, that's a good check.
Al Franken is 73.
Oh,
he's
he's
fine,
fine.
though.
He's
He's
fine.
just fine. I'll go check on Ron. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
A friend of the program says the line to the west gate at Hill Air Force Base backed up onto the freeway going southbound I-15. Thank you, Infinity member, for sending that in. We also have a crash northbound I-15, 123rd south in Salt Lake. It's off to the left shoulder. And a reminder about US 189, both directions along Deer Creek Reservoir. This is a tanker spill. It's a hazmat situation. There's propane and fuel from the tank. It's going to be a while before they get that cleaned up, so avoid that area. Do you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, multiple unfiled years? Contact the IRS experts, McClure and Stewart, for a free consultation. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
KXRK Provo. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Boner of the day coming up. Our X poll is on the way. What is your sandwich recommendation? It could be a restaurant sandwich. It could be your sandwich. It could be Here's how you make a sandwich.
We're talking sandwiches.
Sandwich recommendations. We're sandwich crazy on the X poll coming up at 7:45. Stand by for that. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
I know you'd like to get rid of your glasses and your contact lenses just like Kerry Jackson did.
Oh, yes.
They're terrible things, aren't they?
One of the best decisions I've ever made.
I never could wear contacts well. They just always hurt my eyes so badly. So both Kerry and I have been to Hoops and had the LASIK procedure, and it is... there's just nothing to it.
It's you lie down.
It's magic.
The procedure happens. It's maybe 20 minutes, if that, and you get up and you can see.
The doctors at Hoops have performed over 120,000 LASIK surgeries, and their surgery suite is one of the most advanced, not just in the country, but in the entire world. Now, this month, take advantage of the LASIK special. Save $800 off LASIK or PRK. That's $400 an eye. And Hoops also offers 0% financing, so you can make LASIK surgery fit almost any budget. Start your journey now. Book your VIP LASIK consultation. It's no obligation. Book it at 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com. The best question of the week.
There we go.
You can send them to us, radio from hell at x96.com. Put best question in the subject line, and we might get to it. These are from, I think these were collected at some of our live events.
Oh.
Where we have people write questions down, and we never got to them
Oh, okay.
at the live events.
All right.
And so we're just going to go through a couple of these really quick. Jacob Smiley wants to know, how do I get my music played on your station?
Todd Newcomb, he's the program director.
Yeah, and get a record label and an agent.
No, we've played.
Yeah, we have.
I mean,
We have local bands on fairly often.
I want to say Aces didn't have a record label at first until
No, they
we started playing.
right,
them.
yeah.
And there's been a few bands that
Yeah.
we've helped break. So,
Spoonfuls and Caterpillars.
Backseat Lovers.
yeah. So
Okay.
just get a hold of Todd.
Newcomb.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, this Stacy Sawyer and Ramsey want to know, do you guys ever get on each other's nerves?
Nope.
Yeah,
Well, that was
like,
easy.
like how, maybe every 10 minutes or so, something like that. And then you have to take a break or a vacation to like each other again. No, it's never that bad.
Why do you think I'm gone so much?
It's never, because we like it when you go. Let's see. Now here's one. How much longer will you guys be on X96? What time is it?
We're off at 10.
And then finally, this one. Have you seen any of your co-hosts naked?
I can say no.
I can say no too, and this is Carrie.
It's
and
not for lack of trying.
I know. Carrie and I have tried. Talked about this before. In the old days when we traveled a lot,
Yes.
and we traveled on a really tight budget for the show, we would have to share a motel room or a hotel room. I never once saw Carrie naked in all of that time, and I don't think you ever saw me naked.
I'm a never nude.
Yeah, it's just not. It just was not in the cards.
No.
Not something.
No.
I don't think you should see people you work with naked. I just
No.
think that's not a good idea.
I don't think you should see people in your family naked.
Exactly. Very few people you should see naked.
Amy Schumer was talking in her stand-up routine, and I can't quote her exactly, but she said, it's hard to have sex with your husband because what you're doing is you're having sex with a member of your family. That's
weird.
I had Thanksgiving with you.
Yeah, that's weird. So anyway, there you go.
Does Artie really have 40 cats?
I wouldn't be surprised.
As far as I know, yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I would not be surprised.
I mean, I won't go to his house to find out.
I don't think we want people to go check because the animal services might take his cats away. So
That's
we
also
won't, we
true.
won't comment on how many cats.
My guess is what Artie does is he feeds a lot of cats, but they're not like all over his house.
I don't know. I could
Or
see
maybe
Artie.
they are.
I don't know.
I could see Artie having
Maybe they
under.
are.
They're into the bed. They're in cabinets.
Whenever somebody asks me something about Artie, I never say, I don't think so, because it could be true.
I stayed in a place, I told you about this before, a trailer in Uvalde, Texas. And I stayed for 2 or 3 nights in this trailer. This woman who lived there had about 80 cats in this trailer. It was horrible.
trailer?
Oh, it was horrible. Some of them were sick, like they had feline.
You stayed. Why did
I
you
didn't have any.
continue to?
I had no place
You
else
had
to
no-
go. I didn't have any place else to go.
That's funny because I just rewatched Batman Returns, and it's sexy when Michelle Pfeiffer has all those cats, but not what you're describing. No,
This was not. No, it was not good. And I had no idea. He said, so you can stay with me, and I said, okay, that'll be great. You can stay with my mother. That's my mother's trailer. You can stay here. Okay. Oh, Jesus. God, what do I do? Oh, I know there are a lot of cats here. We'll clean the couch off.
We'll clean the couch
You can
off.
go.
you have no idea how many lint rollers we go through.
It was awful.
All right. There's your best questions. We could probably talk about Pride a little bit here. Pride's happening this weekend. Oh, there you go. That officially ends the best questions.
Thanks,
segment.
Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
You can email a question to radiofromhell at x96.com.
All right, 7:07.
Jennifer in Vineyard says, I'm wondering if any of you have any emails of interest.
In Vineyard?
In Vineyard.
I do, but not in Vineyard.
Oh, okay.
I do have an email of interest, however.
Email of interest.
So maybe I'm puzzled by this email.
Okay.
So maybe you can help me sort it out here. It says, I'm going to leave the names out of it, but it says, addressed to me specifically, Bill, thank you for clarifying for me your preference, or should I say dislike, for flavored whiskeys and bourbons. This last Friday's segment with Jimmy Santangelo, you specifically described your dislike for these. I think I said they're not my favorite things.
But you also said you liked
I like that one.
the cinnamon one.
That one that he brought in on Friday, you said you liked it.
He says, now I have a better idea as to your response to me with respect to the bottle of Cask and Crew Ginger Spice Whiskey I gave to you about 2 years ago out of appreciation. To set the stage, about 2 years ago, I had taken a cross-country car trip east to see family and friends. During the trip, I found and purchased a number of bottles of whiskey and bourbons that seemed to be unique to the eastern region, not to be found here in Utah. You were on my list to gift a bottle. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. After delivering it to the studio and dropping it off at the end of the day's show, I emailed you to verify that you had received it, as the receptionist did a really good job of interference. You acknowledged the receipt. You inquired and offered a gift in response. And we made arrangements to exchange at what I recall was the celebration of 30,000 episodes at the Broadway Theater.
That's absolutely right.
I don't.
30,000
Yeah,
episodes.
30,000?
I don't believe 30,000 episodes.
I mean, it feels like
but it was some event at the Broadway, and apparently I'd said to this guy, "Listen, I've got something for you. If you want to come to the theater." That's what it seems to be. I have no memory of this, but
Well, it was a couple of years ago.
says what transpired at the theater set me back. When I met you, I introduced myself and our arrangement. You turned around, walked back into the theater, and came out with the gift, and stated to. Now I assume when he means by that the gift that I had for him.
Yeah.
And stated to me in front of my wife, I should have given that bottle to Katie. And then you walked away without saying anything else. Not a thank you or an explanation. Both my wife and I were bewildered and to some degree disappointed. It was personal to me. It's bothered me up until this last Friday. When I heard your statement during the segment with Jimmy, the light bulb went on and I had an understanding of your preferences. I didn't let the situation change my appreciation of your
You
contribution.
should have. Bill was rude to you.
Well, I don't think that's what I don't understand. I didn't let the situation change my appreciation of your contributions to the show and what you have brought to me personally. Listening to you, a simple thank you and an explanation would have gone a long way. It's water under the bridge. I just wanted to share with you. I will put on my list to obtain a bottle for Katie, as I recall her interest. Thanks for letting me listen and letting me share my experience. No response is necessary. So I can't. First of all, I can't think of any time I'm ever intentionally rude to listeners, other than in a joking manner. Now, maybe I don't know what to make of it.
I'll say a couple things about it. It would have been easy for you to go, "Thank you so much." That is all he wanted, and you didn't do that apparently. And I will say, in your defense, sometimes at events like that,
that's what I'm thinking.
That was a Radio from Hell specific event, meaning most of the people there want to talk to us and are there to see us, and our attentions are pulled in many different directions.
I may have been, somebody's yelling, "Bill, we're on, come on," on the stage.
Yeah,
that kind of.
That happened to me at a Road Home broadcast. Is a girl brought by this little Jiminy Cricket statue,
which is very thoughtful.
Which was very thoughtful
because she knew it was your favorite. She
knew it was my favorite character, and I didn't get a chance to thank her because we got called away to be on the air, and she kind of walked away, kind of sullen.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, I still have that Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
It's in my shelf in my studio at home. I didn't get a chance to thank her, and I thought to myself, she probably thinks I'm horrible, but it was because I got called away.
That's all I can I can figure is that I was, our attentions are just drawn many different directions during those events. I mean, I came out and apparently I gave you something. I handed whatever the gift I had for you in exchange. What it might have been a coffee mug or whatever, but it's just I'm sorry that it bothered.
I'm glad
it makes me feel bad that it bothers people.
I'm glad you reached out and said something, so we can talk about it like this. It's we love doing events. In fact, we're scheduling another one at Salt Lake Film Society coming up later this summer that we hope a lot of you come to, and we do our best to talk to everybody and give everybody, but we can't talk to one person for a long time when there are 100 other people there waiting to talk to us. But we also can do better about, certainly if somebody brings a gift, to take a moment to say thank you for it.
Yeah, I just so I really don't remember the situation at all, and I think probably what I was attempting to do there with the Katie was saying, I should have given that bottle or maybe I did give it to Katie. I don't know.
She says no.
No. Sorry, Katie. It's
I would also say, and Bill won't like this, we love to just see you and meet you and visit you. You do not have to bring us a present. Bill likes presents. If you want presents, you need to thank people for them. But I don't think you. We're happy to meet you.
I don't
and talk
require
to you,
gifts.
But
I don't need any.
I make a joke out of well, if you want to bring me something, that'd be great. But it's just I don't require a gift.
Johnny B texting in now. I feel bad that I gave Bill a bottle of Screwball.
He gave at my remote out at Ivory Homes.
I guess so.
He gave me a bottle of flavored whiskey. Why do you feel bad about that? It's not my favorite kind of bourbon.
But you should pass it along to Katie. She likes her flavored whiskey.
Did I give you that one?
No.
No, I didn't. I think
Katie,
I drank
Bill
it.
owes you a bunch of booze.
I drank it. Johnny, I drank it.
All right.
But usually when Jimmy has like flavored whiskeys in here, that all goes to Katie.
Email. All interest. All right. Traffic, Gina.
Let's see. No current accidents other than that big one up by Deer Creek Reservoir. US 189 closed both directions. Probably will be for most of the day because it's a hazmat situation. There's propane spilling, there's fuel spilling. It's going to take them a while to clean that up. Other than that, what are you seeing out on the roads? Infinity members, let us know. Text it to us, 33986. Sojo Summerfest kicks off summer with its free Sojo Music Festival, May 31st to June 1st. Experience 2 nights of fantastic music at South Jordan City Park. It's all free. It's followed by fireworks at 10 p.m. More information at sjcsummerfest.com.
All right. We've got boners coming up here, the candidates you will be voting for. Number 1, come on, lady, let the dude go for a whiz. Boner candidate number 2, kid admits it, he's part of the problem. And boner candidate number 3, Terrence Howard is full-on bull goose loony.
Oh, that's
completely.
True. That's true.
Yes. All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by for all of that. Larson HVAC, man, they know their stuff.
They sure do. Coming to my house to do some tune-up work. You get your furnace and your air conditioning tuned up spring and fall. That's what you need to do.
It's good to get them once over, so before it gets really hot, you know it's going to work great.
And the Larson family, the Larson HVAC family, they're just terrific. Now, they have a special right now for X96 listeners. Get $496 off a new air conditioner throughout the month of May. No markup, no BS, just a straight-up good deal for X96 friends of the program because the Larsons themselves, longtime friends of the radio.
They're local, they're a family business, they're great.
And they're going to help you with financing if you need it. You can get 0% interest, no payment options, or options with payments as low as $54 a month.
Plus, they're ReamPro partners, and you can learn more by calling them, 801-930-5450. That's 930-5450. Or go to larsonhvac.com/X96.
It's a religious week. It's a holy week.
May I sponsor this religious week?
Sure.
Dr. Cobble's aesthetics team is focused on 3 skin therapy devices for younger, healthier skin. See for yourself. Attend the Aesthetics Open House 3 to 6 p.m. Thursday, April 4th, located at 9355 South, 1300 East in Sandy.
All right. Is this a list?
It is.
Officially?
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
So it's Holy Week.
Yes.
Today is Holy Thursday. It's the day of the Last Supper. And Jesus washed the apostles' feet, and they have a dinner, and
Very fitting. I'm starving after that.
I don't think they had pancakes or waffles there. I don't think. Maybe. Some sort of Middle Eastern pancake.
Jesus, a pancake or a waffle guy?
He's a pancake guy.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. I don't need anything fancy.
But I saw this list pop up today. It's quirky things Catholics do that no one understands.
Let's see if I understand it.
And anywhere else in the world, like I was saying, when you say the church, you mean the Catholic Church.
Uh-huh.
Here in Utah, you say the church, it's the LDS Church.
Yeah,
Everywhere else it's
yeah.
Number 1, you own multiple rosaries. I do.
You do?
I do own multiple rosaries. You know what a rosary is?
Of course, but is there a reason you have multiple?
Some for special occasions?
Yeah. And I have my great-grandmother's rosary.
Sure.
Rosary, for people that don't know, rosary are the beads, and the significance of them is it helps you count prayers because you're supposed to say so many prayers in a row, and the way the beads are laid out on the string is there'll be like a bunch together, and you'll say the same prayer over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then there's a break, and then another bead, and that bead is a different prayer. It helps you count your prayers, and it's weird. That's
you have
weird.
A decorative set of rosaries?
Yeah,
Or
you can have. There's just basic ones or prettier ones.
Mm-hmm.
You have at least one crucifix hanging in your home. I don't have one hanging.
You don't?
I don't.
I thought you'd have at least one.
You have one in your house.
I have several. Yeah.
Okay.
Carrie has a wall of clocks, and there are crucifixes on that wall, right?
I want to ask, but I think it's funnier to just leave it.
I went through a phase where my hobby was I made crucifixes and painted them bright colors, and then took paint can lids and fastened them to the crucifixes. So it was like a halo.
Cool.
And then I would nail beer bottle caps all around the
Like
edges.
his stool.
That's
like,
cool.
like my
Yeah.
stool. Like
Uh-huh.
exactly, like that.
Sure.
Now, let me get a visual for,
Sure, x96.com/live.
but just imagine this.
Sure.
But,
watch
sorry,
out.
folks. Just imagine that, but with crucifixes and a paint can lid behind it.
Carrie had an art project.
What-
It was my art, I made a bunch of them.
What stirred this creative
I
inspiration?
saw it somewhere. And I said, I can do that.
I like
and
it.
you did.
You
I
don't
made
need
a
better
bunch
reason
of them.
than that.
Yeah.
You have a statue of Mary in your front yard. I do. Yeah. I do not have a statue of. My mom does, of course.
Is it big?
No,
Like-
I mean,
Yeah.
it's garden gnome sized.
Okay. It's no leaning shadow cowboy, right?
No. Now I have a little tiny statue of Mary.
Okay.
This is a funny story that Father Cummins gave me. You know Father Cummins.
Oh, yeah.
Long time ago, Father Cummins. And I used to keep it on my nightstand.
Uh-huh.
And the first time my husband spent the night at my house before we were married,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
she fell off the nightstand. I
Ho, ho,
like
ho.
so much so that it made a noise.
Yeah.
And I looked, and he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It was my little statue of Mary that jumped off the nightstand." I don't think Mary was happy with what.
I'm still trying to figure out the front yard part with the Mary.
It's just a yard decoration. It's just you have a little statue of Mary in your garden, kind of.
Okay.
Has that been
Like
I think
a garden gnome.
Yeah.
the church
She's
has been
keeping
around
an eye-
for,
She's
ever.
keeping an eye on things.
But American yards, not so much so. So when did that start?
Let's see. You have a lot of kids, and they're all named after saints. None of my kids are named after saints.
Not Muhammad?
So, no. Well, that's a prophet.
Ah.
Let's see. You have saint cards around your house.
What's a saint card?
They're
Like
little.
a rookie card.
Yeah, it is. It's got
Really?
it's got a picture on one side, and then on the back it says, you're the patron saint of quality footwear or whatever it is. And that was for Carrie.
Thank you.
My Moses beats your card.
Yeah. They're great bookmarks if you need a bookmark.
I'll trade you 2 St. Francis's for...
You love a good fish fry.
Yeah.
Especially during Lent, Catholics aren't supposed to eat meat on Fridays, so you know where and McDonald's was hip to this a long time ago, and that's why they came up with the filet of fish sandwich for the
Really?
Catholics.
I did not know that.
Did no one explain to the Catholics that fish is meat?
It's different. The Bible says it's probably in your documentary about religion influencing what we eat, right?
Well, it's specifically about cults influencing what we eat, but...
Let's not go there. But yeah, that's why McDonald's came up with the filet of fish sandwich.
Huh.
Was for the Catholics.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want them to stop coming to
Mhm.
McDonald's on Fridays.
It's still one of the best things at McDonald's.
My
if you're
wife
going.
loves it. No tartar sauce.
Well, you know why? Because they make it fresh. They don't, like Big Macs and things, they make a bunch of them and they sit there for a while and wait for you to order them.
Unless you order no ketchup with ketchup packets.
That's evil.
Yeah, it is evil. Now they
very
have to
good.
make it fresh, but you're still...
Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
You keep a little holy water on hand.
Of course.
Now, you know how Mormons keep a little consecrated oil? They keep the oil,
little canola oil.
little oil
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
The Catholics have a little. What you go to the font at the church and you can fill up little bottles, like they did in the Lost Boys when they filled up their water pistols because they were going to go hunt vampires. It's good to
Exactly.
have.
Do you keep
for
it
that.
on your key ring
Yeah,
like the Mormons?
it's good to have just in
Yeah.
case.
Never know when you run into a vampire.
Yeah.
And lastly, this is for Carrie.
Hmm?
If somebody says, "May the force be with you," you say, "And also,
with you." I nearly converted to Catholicism.
You did?
I was dating a girl who was a Catholic who said, I don't think we can continue because you're not Catholic. Because on this day, 40 years ago, the Smiths released the single Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now.
I think Morrissey was only 12.
Might have been. Anyway, there you go. Okay. Let's get to some boner of the day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, May 21, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt.
Number 1. Come on, lady. Let the dude go for a whiz. Another day, another nightmare at 30,000 feet. This time a large passenger, a big man, claimed that his passive-aggressive seatmate refused to get up when he needed to go to the bathroom. And he complained that he was... And she apparently even complained that he was invading her personal space. He says, I felt terrible. I'm okay. So I'm a big guy, and I decided that maybe the best place for me to sit would be near the window, a little more space there. So I got a window seat, and I'm a big guy, but the woman in the middle seat was not accommodating. Now the person in the aisle seat, the guy says, nature called a couple of times during the flight, and so I had to get up and go to the bathroom. And the person in the aisle seat was very kind, got up, but the woman in the middle seat refused to move. She said she was very, very, very insistent that she would not move. I mean, nobody wants some big sweaty dude like me, crawling over the top of them.
It's never a good situation, but we all sort of deal with it if we have, because we've all been there.
I tried my best to minimize contact with her because she wouldn't get up. I sucked in my gut. I held my breath like I was underwater, but the woman then complained, "You are invading my personal space," and kept yelling at me. I didn't mean to make her feel bad, but what was I supposed to do? Hold it for 8 hours? Ask her to physically get up when she personally indicated that she wasn't going to get up? Squeeze by me, she said. Well, I tried. Boner candidate number 1. Come on, lady, just let the dude go whiz.
Listen, I would rather get up than to have someone brush up against me.
And stretch your legs. It's good for you to do that.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Kid admits it. He's part of the problem. Kid Rock.
Oh, jeez.
Admitted now I don't know why they were interviewing him at an amusement park. It says here, Kid Rock admitted in a roller coaster interview. It seems like a weird place to interview somebody. In an interview with Rolling Stone that he is, quote, part of the problem, adding to cultural divisions in the country. Rolling Stone's David Peisner published a lengthy chat with Kid Rock, which ended with what the reporter described as a drunk and belligerent Kid Rock dropping the N-word and waving a gun in my face.
He's a crazy person.
Rock said he's a polarizing figure after discussing issues like his boycott of Bud Light after the company teamed with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. Tucker Carlson also made a cameo at the Kid Rock concert in April. I'm part of the problem, Rock said. I'm one of the polarizing people, no question. Sometimes I bitch about other people. Then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh yeah, well, why don't you shut the F up too? The musician chalked it up to rich guy issues. It's rich guy issues. I got no F's left. I'm not going to get it right every time, but, my heart's right. I want what's best for the country.
No.
Then he started talking about Peisner. Kid Rock started talking about a white assistant named Uncle Tom.
He was talking about immigrants and how they're, and the interviewer said, well, you say things like they're murderers. They are. They're rapists. They are.
Yeah.
The internet said so.
Yeah.
He said Rock was drunk and belligerent and tried to bait me into arguments about immigration. He said, and then he pulled out a gun and started waving it around. Whew!
Here's the thing: he loves this kind of publicity. He loves it.
Boner candidate number 2. Kid admits it. He's part of the problem. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Terrence Howard now is just full-on bull goose loony.
Totally. All right. Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big boy news and a Pinuendo brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Tragedy. He was one of a kind and original. He will be missed. Radio scum extraordinaire. This is a guy I've never heard of, and he gets a big obituary write-up in the New York Times because he was he started out as a West Coast FM DJ, then he became a big fixture in New York. A DJ named Tony Pigg, arising from the freeform San Francisco radio scene of the 60s, he became an influential voice on the powerhouse WPLJ in New York. Tony Pigg, a silky voice disc jockey who rode high during FM radio's golden era, first supplying.
When was that?
It was in the 60s and 70s, and it was. I mean, it really was a big deal. It was, long form, man. This was rock radio, just so different from the top 40. First supplying extended jams to the psychedelic underground of the San Francisco radio station KSAN in the 60s. Later at WPLJ in New York, he died on April 26th. Howard Stern recently said on his show that he was enamored of Tony Pigg's work when he was growing up on Long Island. He was just one of those guys I was really jealous of, Stern said. When I was growing up, I was like, I want to be on the radio, but I don't have a voice like Tony Pigg. Jim Kerr, another mainstay of the once dominant WPLJ, said in a statement, the warmth and wit of Tony Pigg entertained an entire generation of New York radio listeners. His talent was a major reason why in the 70s, WPLJ became the most listened to FM station in America.
Now I know Jim Carr, but I don't know Tony Pigg.
Don't know his voice. I don't know his name or voice. His that's not his real name. His real name was Richard Joseph Quinn.
Well, I can see why you'd change it.
Why would you want to be Tony?
Well, so it says
I'm Dick Quinn. Dick Quinn. You could be Dick Quinn.
He was going to call himself Tony Big, and then it morphed into Tony Pigg after a colleague garbled it. Said Tony, he's changing his name to Big. So he said, "Yeah, I'll be Pig. That's fine." Apparently, he was.
I should go try to find someone listening.
Yeah, I think he was one of these kind of guys. One of those. All right, we're going to do a long track now. It's and then then these FM guys they would run they'd track through whole sides of albums without saying anything, that sort of thing. Which there was Stereo X in Salt Lake, I think it was
before it became 99 FM.
Is that what it became? But I remember Stereo X was kind of that. It was that format. I loved listening.
Chuck Jackson. We're going to be listening to.
Was Chuck on that?
Side A, Dark Side of the Moon. Your brother, Chuck Jackson.
The former star of The Office, Steve Carell, will lead the cast of an untitled single-camera comedy from Ted Lasso co-creator Bill Lawrence and Matt Tarsus. HBO has handed out a straight-to-series order of 10 episodes for the series, which had been the focus of a multi-platform bidding war. The comedy will be set on so they don't know what they're calling it yet. They'll set on a college campus and centers on an author's complicated relationship with his daughter. Lawrence and Tarsus, who previously collaborated on Scrubs, are working on the Apple series Bad Monkey, and then they'll move to this new project for HBO with Steve Carell. So, could be good. Let's see. Salt Lake City's Abravanel Hall.
I was just there on Sunday.
Needs some safety upgrades, according to a briefing prepared for the county. The price tag for fixing all the issues could reach $200 million. The study says disability accessibility is a concern at the Performing Arts Center, but many key facility systems are near the end or have passed their useful life and no longer meet current standards. One notation in the paper says the concert hall needs a better fire suppression system. The study also says the venue needs some new technology and better acoustics. While Abravanel Hall's downtown location is considered a strength, the report claims public perception is that it is an exclusive place. The facility is part of the new downtown development plan for a new hockey arena. In response to concerns from Symphony fans to save it from the bulldozer, Mayor Jenny Wilson and Smith Entertainment Group say their preference is that Abravanel Hall stay, although it would be a costly fix.
Why is it perceived as exclusive? Is it because the symphony's there? I mean, like I said, I've seen George Carlin there twice, Lou Reed, It doesn't seem exclusive to me.
Well,
Anyway.
I don't know what that means exactly. It's an exclusive place. I don't know what that means. Gina, let's go to the crime desk. You had a story that you were telling me about a guy who tried to bury his wife. Hand-dug grave of some sort. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I had that one, but I also had this one. This is a good one.
Oh, well, then
too.
do this one then.
Yeah, this is a good one,
Don't
too.
do that one.
This is the
Yeah,
one.
because Bill kind of did it for you.
You know the one that you mentioned.
Well, I mentioned two of them. I just had another one right. This one. An Oregon man will spend 19 years behind bars for fatally striking and strangling his girlfriend's father the day before going on a vacation with her family. James Orlando Harris, 54, was found slain in October in Portland by Portland police officers on a report of suspicious circumstances. Police arrested Zachary Hackman, later identified as the boyfriend of Harris's daughter, in connection with the killing later that month. So he was initially charged with second-degree murder. He was found by police in a sleeping bag dumped in heavy bush. Now, this guy killed his girlfriend's father. She didn't know he had killed him. He put him in a tub with a lid on it and told his girlfriend he needed help moving something.
Mm-hmm.
So the girlfriend is, holding one end of the tub with her dad in it.
Oh, one of those big
Big plastic tub.
Yeah.
Can you help me move this? It's really heavy. Yeah, it is really heavy. I can see why you need my help.
Mhm.
And put it in the back of his car.
What are you laughing at, honey? Nothing. Nothing.
He drove it into the woods and dumped it. And then the next day, they were going on a family vacation. Where's Dad? I don't know. Maybe he'll meet us.
I have to applaud his resourcefulness.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
This is an odd story. The White House said Monday that the chairman of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation will step down, a departure that follows the release earlier this month of a damning report about the agency's toxic workplace culture. The White House said Martin Grunberg will step down once a successor is appointed. It's the toxic workplace culture. 500 complaints have been lodged against this guy.
How would they let it get
Over
that
a
far?
period of several years.
Wow.
I have no earthly idea how that would happen.
Astounding.
And just quickly, $5,000 worth of baby eels were seized at an airport in Canada. According to officials, the Elvers, that's what they call the little, destined to be shipped overseas, were worth between $400,000 and $500,000.
Wow.
Eel smuggling. All right.
It's one of the few species that is illegal to breed, in a controlled area. And if you'd finished watching Bodkin, you'd know that.
Oh, it's part of it.
I was wondering how you knew this. All right. Yeah.
Weather traffic.
It's chilly this morning. 43 right now, going to get up to a high of 63. That's still about 10 degrees cooler than it's supposed to be for this time of year, but it kind of feels nice, actually. It'll be sunny today. Overnight low 44. Looks like tomorrow will warm up into the mid-70s and partly sunny skies tomorrow. Traffic, I have no accidents to tell you about, and you haven't sent any in via text. I just double-checked, but we do still have that closure. US 189 closed both directions along Deer Creek Reservoir. This is due to a tanker which crashed into the lake. Contents are spilling into the water and into the air, creating a hazmat situation. UDOT's saying that's probably going to remain closed for most of the day. The Elite Aesthetics team at Canyons Medical Center focused on 3 cutting-edge skin therapy devices for younger, healthier skin. Visit canyonsmedical.com. Go to the services menu for details.
So, but Carrie, did you know that so far this year, 149 people have been arrested for Elver-related crimes?
Yes.
That's in Bodkin, too?
Yes. Interpol.
All right. Here's Boner candidate number 3. Terrence Howard is full on bull goose loony.
Totally.
He was on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, of course.
52-year-old
That's
Iron
where
Man
loonies
star.
go to squeal.
He's the Iron Man star, it says here.
I mean, they kicked him out.
I don't
He was
remember.
in the first one, but that's it.
He did a sit down with Rogan, and here are, and he said, and Rogan said, "This is going to be a wild one, okay?" Howard took the reins, taking his host down a number of bizarre avenues. This ranged from how he's lost jobs for refusing the COVID vaccine, how he was betrayed by his Marvel co-star Robert Downey Jr. and claims that we as humans are on the cusp of killing gravity.
What?
He went on to assert that he remembers being in his mother's womb, echoing some... well, I don't need to do that. He says, I was about 6 months maybe inside the womb, and I'm like, okay, don't forget I'm here. Don't forget. You go to sleep. You wake up again. He goes on to talk about how we're killing gravity, and then he talked about how Robert Downey Jr. abandoned him, and that's why he didn't work at Marvel again.
Because everybody at Marvel went, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And he says, I was the one who started VR and virtual reality. I had a patent on it, and he went on.
So give him a microphone.
Yeah.
So
on and on. And I don't get it. I mean, I don't understand. Because Joe Rogan sits there and goes, really? No kidding. Wow. We're going to kill gravity, says Terrence Howard. We're about to kill the god of gravity. Okay. All right. Boner candidate number 3. Terrence Howard is now full-on bull, goose, loony.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Oh, come on, lady. Just let the big dude go for a whiz. This poor guy on an airplane, the woman in the middle seat refusing to get up when he needed to go to the restroom, and so he crawls over her or something, and she complains about that. Boner candidate number 2, which is kid admits it, he's part of the problem. Maybe Rolling Stone should be the boner candidate here for interviewing him in the first place, but he apparently got drunk, used the N-word, and waved a gun in the face of the interviewer. And boner candidate number 3, Terrence Howard, full-on bull, goose, loony.
All right, time to vote for boner of the day. Which one do you think is the worst? Which one should be boner of the day? 1, 2, or 3? Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, May 21, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. Click and vote. You've got less than 3 minutes to get your vote in. As soon as we award Boner of the Day, don't forget, we got the X poll. We're going sandwich crazy on it. What are your sandwich recommendations? It could be either a sandwich you've had, a place you go for sandwiches, sandwich you make, a secret trick to making a good sandwich. Who knows? Sandwich recommendations. Get ready to call at 877-602-9696. After we award Boner of the Day, here we go.
Resisting the dance party.
Don't fight the dance party.
I can't dance.
Well, you don't have to be good at it.
I won't dance. Don't ask me.
Do it when no one's looking.
Yeah, that's the secret, because nobody wants to see it.
What about like slow dancing, like romantic dancing? How about that kind of dancing?
Well, I can hang on to a woman. Yeah,
I can hang on to a
and I can rock back and forth.
Yeah,
That's dancing.
It's pretty easy.
You can do that.
That's my slow dancing. I hang on to her. You just move me around.
I would like to learn how to couples dance.
Would you really?
I would.
Like ballroom dancing?
No, I mean just just be able to, if you're at a party or a wedding or something, and there's dancing, to be able to dance with my husband and
you don't know how to do that.
I mean, other than doing what Carrie's doing, it would be nice to.
The Frankenstein dance.
Yeah, it's essentially Frankenstein.
I mean, I don't want him to swing dance and flip me up in the air. No, I just mean
jitterbug.
No, just a little.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever been at a wedding where there's always a couple or two that know what they're doing?
Yeah,
and you look at them and go, I wish.
No, I always think, God, those people are nerds.
It looks nice.
Everybody is secretly loathing and envious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
No, I gave up on, or dancing gave up on me a long time ago.
Well, a texter asks, is there a dance that you can do while seated? Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
That's something you could look into.
Okay.
Oh, there's a Tasmanian chair dance.
There's a Tasmanian
The Tasmanian chair dance.
What's the dance they do at the Jewish weddings when you sit in the chair and
The
they
tarantella.
They walk you around the room?
I don't think that's just for
No?
everybody. No, I think you have to be a special guest.
Yeah.
I could sit in the chair and they could carry me around the room.
I think that's the tarantella.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I love
do
that
believe
because
it.
I love that pasta.
And that's a translation of tarantula, and you dance around like you're stomping on tarantulas.
What?
I believe. Again,
Why carrying the chair? I
don't know. That's something I have no knowledge of, but I think that dance is the tarantella.
I was told once by Hari Krishna that Krishna is responsible for all forms of dance.
Oh.
Because he was killing a many-headed snake, stomping on it with his feet.
Yeah.
It's
And
Italian.
Tarantella is Italian.
Yes.
That's right. But they do it. Isn't that what they call the dance they do at Jewish weddings?
No.
No.
Okay.
The Romans used to do that dance, the tarantella.
All right, 747. Before we award the boner, BigOTires.com.
Yep, 2nd East South Temple Big O Tire Store. That's a great place to go. But, if you don't live in that area, find one of your own.
That's why I go
They're
to the
all
one on
over.
Highland Drive. I've also been to other ones where I've been like traveling in Ogden or something and I needed my tires filled up. I go there
It's
for that.
road trip season right now, and Big O Tires has a ready-to-road trip sale. You can buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of tires and get a healthy car special for only $59.95, and that includes oil change, conventional oil change, tire rotation, brake check, battery check, alignment check, fluid check, windshield wiper fluid top off. They'll get your vehicle ready for the road at Big O Tires. They do a great job there. And they know that these tires in particular can be an unexpected expense. So they have financing options for you. They can, no credit needed financing, as a matter of fact, financing to fit any budget. So go to BigOTires.com. They are the team you trust.
All right, boner of the day.
And it's brought to you in part by Tomato Basil Pasta.
And Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday till 3 p.m. All NBA and NHL playoff games are televised in high def. Gracie's is located at the corner of 3rd Southwest Temple. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Oh, and I had another slice of that coconut cake my kid made. Let's see, boner candidate number 1. Come on, lady, let the dude go for a whiz. I think that one deserved more votes than it got.
Yeah.
It came in 3rd. Terrence Howard did pretty well, but Kid Rock, not beloved by our audience.
No.
Kid Rock wins boner of the day.
And apparently his bar in Nashville never stopped serving Bud Light.
Oh, really? Well, because he can make money on it? Is that why?
I suppose. Here's your boner of the day for today, May 21, 2024. Now qualified to be boner of the week.
Let's do an X poll brought to you by the Stateroom Presents, bringing you live music memories. Don't miss the album release party of Melissa Chilinsky with Georgie Petrov and Hear Folk Wednesday, May 22nd at the Stateroom. Get tickets and showtimes at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, the X poll is simple. It's sandwiches. I mean, who isn't a lover of sandwiches? I love all kinds of sandwiches. I was upset yesterday briefly because some leftover chicken that I was going to make into a chicken salad sandwich Somebody ate the chicken.
Oh.
Hey, I was worried. I wanted a chicken salad, but that's okay. So, favorite sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
Sandwich places. Where do you go to buy a good sandwich?
How do you make a good sandwich?
How do you make a good sandwich?
877-602-9696.
Do you have a favorite sandwich? All of that stuff. Sandwich. Let's talk sandwiches on the Expo.
Our friend Mary Nichols.
Yes.
Channel 2.
Recently took a trip to Pismo Beach.
How do you know this?
Because we're friendly, we chat.
Ah,
And
okay.
I said, oh, Mary, while you're in Pismo Beach, you have to go to Brad's and get a tri-tip sandwich.
Brad's.
And Mary, while she was there, took a picture of the sandwich and sent
Oh.
it to me and said, thank you for your sandwich recommendation. This is a great sandwich.
Good sandwich.
What's on the tri-tip sandwich?
Here's
Now,
what-
I know your tri-tip
Nope.
sandwich has meat and bread.
Guess what Brad's has?
What?
It is meat and bread. That is the tri-tip sandwich. It does not need anything else.
You can put
on
stuff
it.
on it, though, I would assume.
That's how they serve it.
And they don't serve anything to put on it.
That is how they serve it.
There are no condiments.
I mean, I'm sure you could ask for them. That is how they serve the sandwich.
I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, that's
you,
the point.
You want horseradish sauce on that?
No, you don't need it.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. 877-602-9696. Your sandwich recommendations.
See, there's the sandwich at Harmon's in their deli that's just meat and bread.
Yes. Don't
And-
dismiss the just meat and bread sandwich.
And it's a seasoned roast beef of some kind.
That's what this is.
That's all it is, and it is delicious.
Yes.
With no condiments.
No condiments.
I don't know.
It's just the beef is seasoned
Yes.
so properly.
I'd have
that-
to try. I'd just have to
You
try
know.
it. I just can't quite fathom it.
Delicious. Let's go to Eric. Hi, Eric.
Where are you at, Eric?
I'm on I-15, just north of 5400.
Okay, Eric of
Driving into work.
I-15. Where you get a good sandwich?
Food truck.
What?
They
What?
have the best Philly cheesesteak.
Which food truck?
It's called Rickles, Rickles. You could not get a better Philly cheesesteak if you flew to Philadelphia.
And that does it just is it a certain area where this food truck is, or how do you find it?
They bounce around, but you can follow them, you can look them up. It's my absolute. If I'm craving a sandwich, I look for wherever Rickles is at that day, and sometimes they're not out, sometimes you can't get it. But
Okay.
for the most part,
Okay.
they're out and about. And you just got to look them up and find them.
And
But
they
are
do
the
they do
absolute
other
best.
they do others, right? I would assume, right?
Oh, absolutely. They've got
Yeah.
a full menu, but their Philly cheesesteak, the chef, I mean, he knows exactly how to do it. And I've had a Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia, so
Yeah, so have I. They're great. All right, thanks for that recommendation. I wrote it down.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go to Lane. Hello, Lane.
Lane, where are you from?
I'm from Riverton.
Lane of Riverton. What's your sandwich recommendation?
I think hands down Grove Market Deli across from O.C. Tanner. Make anything you want.
I knew Grove
There's a lot of meat on there.
I knew Grove would come up. They're certainly big sandwiches.
They make some huge sandwiches, and I see
Yeah, and there's
people.
like Subway has a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Yeah, I see people outside Grove, and I've been there many times, but there's always people sitting out there eating. So, all right, thank you.
And don't forget, it's a special day today. Papa Burger Tuesday, $5 drink and a fry and a burger at A&W's for $5 only on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
That was an ad.
A Papa Burger.
Okay.
Gina, you love those fries, don't you?
Yes, you bet.
A Papa Burger. I
I
haven't
know.
been.
I haven't been to A&W in ages.
Man.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Lane.
Let's go to Allison Sabo.
I want the baby burger. Hi, Allison.
Hi, hello everybody. Good friend of the program, Allison Sabo of South Salt Lake Mother of Dogs here. The local restaurant Dee's that has been around probably since the 50s makes the best patty melt I have ever had ever. I try a patty melt pretty much everywhere I go. I think what makes Dee's patty melts pretty great is they don't use processed Swiss cheese, like the kind that you kind of take out of a package. They bring in a hunk of Swiss cheese and slice it themselves. and it is fantastic. So
Okay.
a patty melt, for those of you that don't know, is rye bread, a ground beef patty, grilled onions, and Swiss cheese, and it is phenomenal.
And it's cut greasy.
Delicious.
Greasy and everything your doctor says you're not supposed to eat.
All right, thanks, Allison. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Dr. Mike.
Dr. Mike,
Good
good morning.
day.
Good day.
The key to any good sandwich is sourdough bread.
Well,
That
the key to
helps.
any good sandwich is bread, but
Yeah.
Sourdough,
Depends on the sandwich.
You'll
Depends
use
on
it
the
for any
sandwich.
kind of sandwich, Dr. Mike?
Every sandwich, you're saying.
Every sandwich.
Really? You like peanut butter and
Yeah.
jelly, sourdough bread?
Yes.
Okay. No, never. How about rye bread for corned beef and? No,
I don't eat corned beef.
Okay. All right.
Well, all right.
All right. Sourdough
I'm one of
bread.
those weirdos.
Good.
Okay.
Good sourdough. All right. Thanks, Dr.
Okay,
Mike.
Thank you, Dr. Mike. One more, and then we'll take a break. It's Dawson, our Dawson.
Dawson.
Hello.
Yes.
All right. This is very political, and it has to be specifically if you're making a grilled cheese after you put the butter on it, and I know this isn't for Gina, you sprinkle it with more cheese. So you grill the cheese on top of the grilled cheese.
That sounds awfully cheesy.
Yeah. You know,
It's-
a good addition to a grilled cheese sandwich, believe it or not, is a little bit of Thousand Island dressing.
Yes.
You've had it. Good.
The Thousand Island dressing is the
Okay.
underappreciated condiment on sandwiches. Period. Everybody thinks it's something else. Put it on your sandwiches. There's a wonderful tangy zip in there. It's delicious.
At the New College Diner in State College, Pennsylvania. That's where I
Mhm.
first had the Thousand Island dressing on.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Dawson. Okay, we're going to keep it coming. 877-602-9696. We'll continue our X poll after these messages. Sandwiches. We're talking sandwiches. All right.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if traffic is moving well so you can drive to your favorite sandwich place. Yes, the answer is yes. Things are moving well. A little bit of slowage in northbound I-15 coming around Point of the Mountain into Draper, but not a lot of other issues to tell you about. Things look good. Just a reminder about US 189 closed both directions along Deer Creek Reservoir. This is due to a tanker which crashed into the lake and the contents are spilling into the water. It's a hazmat situation. UDOT has said that's going to be closed for quite some time. X96 kicks off your summer with a Generation X96 Memorial Day weekend, digging into the basement for a ton of alternative classics from the early days of alternative. It's the songs that built X96, kicks off Friday at 2 p.m., goes all the way through Memorial Day.
Nice. All right, so we will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with part 2 of the X-Poll sandwich recommendations, whether it's a place, whether it's a sandwich, whether it's what you do to the sandwich. Make it delicious. And then we got Beat Gina coming up. Stand by for that. Salt Lake Film Society.
You know, Carrie, you were tagged in this tweet, too.
I was.
I mentioned the other day. Nice friend of the program sent this saying, boy, we really miss the Salt Lake Film Society and Broadway Center Cinemas. We moved out of state, and there's no art house movie theater here anywhere. We miss it. And but I'm talking to you folks living here in Salt Lake, in Utah. We have it here. You should take advantage of Salt Lake Film Society. It's Broadway Center Cinemas. See movies that see you. It's a nonprofit, donor supported. They have a mission to exhibit, create, preserve cinematic experiences. The Broadway Center is a film experience presenting over 200 films annually that are specially curated and independent films. They have panel discussions, which is great. They bring in filmmakers, actors. You can be part of that. And if you're part of the Red Carpet Club, you learn more about those kind of things that they're doing, and you're supporting the arts in Salt Lake City. You can check out the screenings, the movies they have playing now, and buy tickets at slfstix.org. Yeah, we're not doing any Easter.
Heathens?
Because we're leaving.
Oh. I think they do.
We fly out on Easter.
I think they do Easter in Mexico.
But I mean, we're like flying.
Well, why don't you organize an Easter egg hunt on the plane?
Hey, that's
on the plane.
a real, a good mom would.
Someone has done that before.
And get all the passengers involved. It'll be so fun.
I'm just gonna hide stuff in their suitcase. They can find it when they get there.
Oh,
The
great.
chocolate
It
melted.
No, I'm sticking with jelly beans and things that don't melt.
I don't think we are not observing Easter in any way, shape, or form this year.
You could have ham when you get there. Have
Well,
some
I
ham.
could. I have a recipe here to step up my ham glaze.
Ooh. Step it up.
A 3-ingredient ham glaze that'll step up your baked ham.
Only 3 ingredients?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, sugar. Or is it
A brown sugar.
brown sugar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Water.
Yeah.
And?
Booze, probably.
Oh, like bourbon.
you did-
Ooh, that'd be good.
I didn't
doesn't
look
say.
at it. No. I don't know.
You need to know what that third ingredient is.
I probably already deleted it. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
oh,
Carrie.
Damn it.
Without looking. No, wait.
Hmm?
No.
No.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Wait. Let's see. I think
You're
I got
teasing.
it.
You're just teasing me
No, I
now.
think I've got it here.
Is it Coca-Cola?
Wait a minute. Let's see. I gotta go.
Thing,
Taste
three
it.
in.
Lamb recipe. No, 2-ingredient trick for the most
No,
luxurious
that's
sweet
not it.
potatoes.
No.
No, that's not it.
Well, maybe when we come back, you'll have it.
See if you can step up your ham, baked ham. Let's see. I'll look for it.
Oh, this is a good suggestion. This is how I'll celebrate. I'll watch Life of Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Good suggestion.
There it is. I
Oh,
found it.
Okay.
Okay. Read more. The 3-ingredient glaze
Yes.
that makes ham 100 times
Yes.
better.
Brown sugar.
Okay. Come on, open, you son of a. Okay, there it is.
All right.
This glaze will work with any kind of
Okay.
ham. Half a cup of brown sugar.
Uh-huh.
Third of a cup of water.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are 4 ingredients here.
What do you do?
3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and a
All right.
quarter of a teaspoon of ground cloves.
All sounds
That's
great.
4 ingredients.
That works.
Sounds
How to
good.
make
Water doesn't count as an
how to make my
ingredient.
3-ingredient ham glaze? Use 4 ingredients.
That's confusing.
Yes, water's an ingredient because it says 1/3 cup water, pineapple juice, or orange juice. So,
We went to Hawaii for Easter when I was younger. My mom hid the eggs all around the hotel room and a couple hidden outside. It was fun.
Oh, okay.
here's a simple tip: you can make the glaze while the ham is heating up in the oven.
Well, sure.
No, really?
Yeah. Boy.
They think of everything, don't they?
It's not. There's a reason why they call this Simply Recipes. It's for the simple.
Brown sugar, bourbon, and honey.
Yum.
That's what someone is saying.
That's what I would do.
There you go. That'd be a good one. All right.
Six.
Yes.
Like Jennifer and Roy did. She likes a tuna sandwich. That's nobody's favorite sandwich.
I love a good tuna sandwich.
I mean,
But
it's
not
got to
your
be really good.
I
not
mean,
your
a great
favorite sandwich.
and there's no better place to eat a tuna sandwich than in Roy.
They're known for their
That's
tuna.
That's it.
I mean, that better be one damn good sandwich.
Let's ask Jake. Let's
this
ask
is Nate.
Nate.
Jake
Nate
is
Orchard.
Nate Orchard from Advanced Window
Nate.
Products joined us here. Say where's Jake?
Jake's he's coming somewhere. You know, you can't rush beauty, and so Jake's the better looking one out of the two of us. And so
I don't know about that.
I'll be here
I completely
momentarily.
disagree.
Listen. As a matter of fact, we were talking behind your backs.
Oh, boy.
And we said that Nate is way better looking than you.
I hope Jake's not listening in the car.
He's
on
probably
the
eating
way
his tuna
here.
sandwich in the car on the way here.
Could be.
We're talking to our listeners about sandwiches. Good places to have sandwiches, and or where do you have a favorite
Best sandwich.
Feldman's.
Yes.
Feldman's.
Yeah.
Their Rachel sandwich is
Yes.
to die
That
for.
carries-
and their
that's
fries,
Carrie's
of
favorite.
course.
That is my favorite sandwich
All
in
time.
the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my child loves the Rachel
Got the
sandwich.
Thousand Island on there.
Thousand Island dressing. That's right.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about Advanced Windows coming up, but you guys just feel free to, if Jake ever gets here, feel free to
sandwich
participate.
chime in.
Let's go to our
Kevin.
listeners here. Kevin, hi, Kevin.
Hello.
Hi, what's up? What sandwich?
Yeah, so there's a place in South Salt Lake on Main Street in like 28th or 29th South called Town and Country Market.
I've seen it.
It's like just a little deli. I think they're usually only open for like lunch and stuff. But I've worked in South Salt Lake for about 25 years, and I swear the sandwiches are still just as good, and I don't think they've ever raised their price.
Do you have a favorite one there?
Their pastrami's really good.
Okay.
Get it with the
Pretty good.
horseradish sauce.
Pretty good.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm making notes of that.
Yep.
I'm going to go try some
Well,
of these places.
here's a note. Texter.
Mm-hmm.
Tuna sandwich tip. Put a little soy sauce in your tuna salad. Just a little. Takes it to another level.
Okay.
Do you like tuna sandwiches, Nate?
Love me a tuna sandwich.
Yeah. See.
See,
Good.
it's got to be a good one, though.
Yeah, have a
You
lot
the
of stuff in it.
Celery, yeah.
Yeah, chopped up
I
celery.
need texture in there.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Okay. Let's go to Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
What's your sandwich recommendation?
Well, a few minutes ago, Carrie said that the bread makes the sandwich, and I completely agree. Spanky's in Bountiful, their bread comes from Stone Ground Bakery.
Oh, good
and
bakery.
Their sandwiches are so good because of it.
Yeah, Stone Ground's a good bakery.
Do you have a favorite Spanky sandwich?
I like the wheat with the turkey bacon avocado.
Very
Something to
specific.
drink.
All right.
So good.
All right. All
Sounds
right.
good. All right.
Thank you.
Let's go to Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Hello.
Hello. Tell us a sandwich story.
Okay, so you got to go to the Silverside Deli. It's in Salt Lake, and you need to order a chopped cheese.
A what? A chopped cheese.
Yes, it's called a chopped cheese. I'm from the East Coast, and so when I moved to Utah, it was devastating. You guys don't have, like, delis like we have back home.
Not many,
So my husband searched and found a deli that serves and makes a chopped cheese, Silverside Deli in Salt Lake.
Now wait a
Gotta
minute.
order a
Wait,
chopped
okay,
cheese.
wait a minute. Describe what for us idiots. What is a chopped cheese?
We're clearly unsophisticated. What is it?
It's like, okay, the easiest way to explain it, I guess, I would say like a chopped up cheeseburger meat because it's like ground beef. But like,
Okay.
I can't even explain it. Like, it's that good. Like, if
No,
you
I know.
can't go to New York, you got to go to Silverside.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen them on one of my various food shows. That
So
I
it's
watch.
not like a Philly cheesesteak.
No, it's similar, but it's
Right,
not.
no.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll go try it.
Although
Thank you.
it's, you know,
Okay.
All right,
it's
thanks.
it's in the ballpark.
It's the chopped up cheeseburger. I'm like, yeah.
You're looking at.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Let's go to Richard. Hi, Richard.
Richard, where do you get a sandwich?
Hey, thanks for letting me listen.
Sure.
I make my own sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I make a grilled cheese, but instead of using butter on the bread, I'll cook like 2 strips of bacon.
Oh,
and then
really?
Just grill up the cheese. I'll just grill up the bread in the bacon grease.
Oh, really? Oh.
And then you put the bacon back on the sandwich?
Correct.
Ah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you done that, but with
And I dip the whole thing
mayonnaise?
in tomato soup.
Have you done that, but with mayonnaise?
I haven't. I'm not a mayonnaise fan.
Well, that's kind of overkill, though, wouldn't it be?
No, I mean instead of the bacon.
Instead of using the
Yeah,
bacon.
that's
grease.
Carrie's
I've
trick.
heard of using mayonnaise.
Yeah. I use mayonnaise.
But I'm more of a ranch guy.
I don't know if that would work. Not enough fat in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Aaron. Look who's here. The
Oh,
good-looking
great.
one.
Hello.
Jake is here now.
Aaron, hi.
Hi, Aaron. What
Aaron thought you were talking about him.
Oh, he is good-looking, too.
Yes. Well, I am too, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to call about this sandwich. It's not a sandwich place, but it's the sandwich that I make. That's
Okay.
pretty amazing. It's a hot dog sandwich. It's like a grilled cheese with hot dog in it. But you got to put you got to slice the hot dogs in half and then grill them first so they're nice and black and a little crispy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put it up the sandwich, put cheese on it, and then you put the truffle butter on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good fancy.
And, and then a good smear right across the top of peanut butter and you're set. That would just add to it.
Oh, sure.
Put some peanut butter on there.
Oh, you laugh. Peanut butter, I'm telling you, man.
I used to eat peanut butter and bacon sandwiches from a deli in New York.
Yes.
They were great.
No, they got a peanut butter burger. Peanut butter burger is a good thing, actually. I know that
I
sounds
don't know
weird.
how I feel about that.
Delicious.
That's because you have meat and bread.
Meat and bread is a beautiful thing.
Here's someone else weighing in. Grilled peanut butter sandwich works with either creamy or crunchy peanut butter. Give me the crunchy for the texture. Riley's Sandwich Shop. Let's see. Ham and cheese sandwich from Duratskiller. What?
Duratskiller?
Are you traveling in time to get your
The
sandwich?
time travel sandwich.
Reuben with a pickle. There we go. Always. Ground bakery hoagie filled with Genoa salami, capicola, pepperoni, smoked provolone, topped with fresh romaine, pepperoncinis, and a drizzle of cream herb vinaigrette. Very specific with our sandwiches.
Jake is here now from Advanced Windows. Do you have a favorite sandwich or sandwich place?
You know, I love a Jersey Mike's Italian with everything on it.
Okay.
That's one of those just like an easy, is always good.
Yeah,
A go-to.
They
that's just like
do a
good,
good
easy.
sub. They do a very good sub sandwich.
Good sub. Good go-to sub. All right. Traffic.
By the way, I posted a picture of the Brad's tri-tip sandwich on Twitter if you want to see how a sandwich that only has meat on it.
Did you do the one that has condiments by it?
It's not. It's
salsa.
It's on the side. It doesn't come on it.
Yeah,
On
so
the
you can
side.
put it on
if
there.
you want.
Yes.
But it's perfectly fine without it.
I'm suspicious.
No accidents to tell you about right now, except for that major one. US 189 closed both directions along Deer Creek Reservoir. That's due to that tanker that crashed into the lake. Contents spilling into the water. It is a hazmat situation. And they said this is probably going to be an issue for most of the day, so stay away from that. You can text us in with your sandwich suggestions or your traffic suggestions. Send it to us 33986. The Elite Aesthetics team at Canyons Medical Center focused on 3 cutting-edge skin therapy devices for younger, healthier skin. Visit canyonsmedical.com services menu for details.
We will post on our social medias so you can weigh in since you didn't get a chance to get in because, boy, the phone lines were just jammed.
They're sandwich
about
crazy.
sandwiches.
They're
So if you're
crazy.
sandwich crazy, weigh in on our Facebook, Twitter, all of our social medias. All right. Now,
let's talk to our
the
friends.
guys from Advanced Windows.
Jake Weber and Nate Orchard from Advanced Window Products. Now, you guys actually own the company, right?
We do.
Yeah.
That is correct, yeah.
And
That is correct.
Advanced Window Products has been around for a long time, and as I recall, the Orchard family sort of started. Is that right?
Yeah, my dad started it 38 years ago, and with his age and me retiring from the NFL, it was time to help the old man out and get into the business.
See how Nate dropped that in there.
The
Retired
old
from the
man.
NFL. Oh yeah, I was in the NFL.
Oh, and a Ute, by the way. And go Utes.
Go Utes. Yeah, I just dropped that in there a little bit.
Let me pick that up for you.
Advanced Window, and we came and toured your facility.
Yeah.
Great people working there. I want you to remind me the name of the guy who's been there 38 years.
Russ.
Yes. And
Yeah,
what-
he's the shape guy. He's the guy in the back who. So one of the unique products that we offer in house is the custom shapes, and that's a very specific skill set. And Russ has been building windows with us. He's been the shop manager in the manufacturing. He's been about every role imaginable with the company. But now he is kind of refined his craft to where he's building all the custom shapes. So if a homeowner has a large half-round shape or they have a small, 2-foot circle in their
Of
house.
a window.
Yeah, of a
Like
window.
that.
That's where Russ is in the back. He's building those.
And this is terrific because Advanced Windows, you guys do everything. I mean, you do
It's all in-house.
Yeah.
all in house. You do. There's no middleman. You
Yeah.
You install the windows. You sell the windows. You make the windows. All of it. Right.
Yeah, and
The warranty and
the
all
warranty, everything, and that's really what sets us apart from most. There are a lot of window companies out there, and we specialize in from the sale all the way through to the installation, and then the lifetime warranty. So we cover we manufacture the windows.
And Russ has another specialty too, though. He writes hymns.
He writes hymns. He has.
Oh, Russ,
no
yeah.
joke. He's got over 800 hymns that he's written.
We've
Yeah.
got to,
Bill wants to know more
We
about
need to-
that.
Yeah,
we
we've
need
got
to hear
that.
some of these.
What? Tell us a deal on Windows.
Yeah, what do we got today?
Hey, this is a special day because we're here with you guys. It's exciting. It's fun being here. We sure appreciate you guys having us on.
Yep.
But normally, like the offer that we're pushing is usually $2,000 to $2,500 off 10 or more windows. But today we want to juice that a little bit. If anyone calls today, gets on the schedule today, you don't need to buy the windows by any means, but just set an appointment. We're going to give you $3,000 off 10 or more windows.
10 or more windows.
So what's the number they call in order to make that
Phone number is
appointment?
801-850-9100. Again, 801-850-9100.
You need Windows 10 or more. You get $3,000 off. That's amazing. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
you
a
guys
great
want to
deal.
stick around and play a trivia game with us?
Let's do it.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
You want to play on behalf of a contestant that is calling in. What is the prize for Beat Gina today?
2 tickets to Lagoon.
Lagoon passes if you, beat
we
Gina
go.
today. But these guys are going to be playing for you.
We brought our A game, too.
Well, I hope so because
You
it's
know, he was in the NFL.
it's Empire Strikes Back trivia because it was released on this day 44 years ago.
Very good day.
Wow. So Empire Strikes Back video for Lagoon passes.
Is that why it's Talk Like Yoda Day?
It must be.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
877-602-9696. Line up. These guys from Advanced Windows are going to play on your behalf for the Lagoon passes. 877-602-9696. It's Beat Gina.
We got an email from our friend, that good-looking Rhett Thomas.
Best looking guy I know. Well, except for Carrie.
He used to be on the radio with us.
Yep.
And checks in with us from time to time. He sends this email of interest, sort of. Hey, friends, you're so good at doing this for babies. Perhaps you could help with a dog. What should we name this guy? We've been fostering him, but we think we'll keep him. That's nice of you, Rhett.
Yeah.
Ever since you played John Mellencamp to start the show the other day, I want to call him Mellencamp, and we could just call him Mel. He's a blue heeler cattle dog mix. I kind of like the name Blue, especially since he's mostly orange. Or it could be Rusty. Yeah, I think a lot of blue heelers are named Blue. I
Don't
don't
do
think
that.
you.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He said, I'm also completely happy with Doggy McDogface. Thanks for letting me listen. Rhett. And he sent some pictures of the pup who looks just like a sweetheart.
Now, I'm not very good at this
Naming dogs?
I'm not either.
because I replied to Rhett with my suggestion.
Which was what?
I said, he looks kind of like a Dexter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not the serial killer, but Dexter Riley, Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up. And Rhett replied, sad thing is, that's the only name that I won't use.
Oh, no.
Dexter was my dog of 13 years who got cancer
Oh.
and died earlier this year.
Way to go, Carrie.
I'm like, wow, I did not do
How
well.
could you know that?
I
There's no
couldn't
way.
know that.
There's no way you could know.
So might I suggest then, we stick with the Kurt Russell theme,
Mm-hmm.
and we name him Jack, which is Jack Burton, his character in Big Trouble in Little China. How about that?
You could do Snake.
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken.
Except you have to name the. I think you'd have to call the dog Snake Plissken. Here, Snake Plissken.
You'd have to.
I had a dog. I'm not good at naming dogs. I've only had a very few dogs, and when I was in high school, I acquired a dog who I named Fred L. Montmorency. That's not a very good dog name.
Look up the name of the dog in that Predator movie, the new one.
Oh.
Because it looks
He
kind of
looks
like
that, huh? Predator.
I just realized looking at the picture.
Oh, yeah.
Prey is the movie.
That's the same kind of dog.
Yeah, it looks like the same kind of
it's
dog.
yeah, that was a blue heeler.
Yeah, Prey was the movie.
Let me see. Names.
Cujo. Name him Cujo.
No.
No. Rover. Tippy. Name him Tippy.
Shoot, let's see.
Dog names are. I think Mellencamp is good, but if you name him Mellencamp, call him Mellencamp. Don't call him Mel.
No. I think you call him John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
John Cougar Mellencamp, you get in here.
I think Mellencamp is good, really, though. Here, Mellencamp.
I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Yeah, see? That's a good dog name.
You didn't find the name of the dog in Prey?
I mean, Coco is his real name, but that's not the name.
Coco is the real name of the dog.
Sorry?
Is it Sorry?
S-A-R-I-I, Sorry?
I think so.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does.
Astro.
Yeah, that'd be good. Rook of the Rimp. Rook of the Rimp. Does he talk, Rhett? Does the dog talk in any way?
John Cougar Mellencamp. I want the whole thing. Because you do that for a cat.
Yeah, Sorry is the dog in Prey. Sorry is not.
No,
that's not good.
Hank. How about Hank? We need
Hank Kingsley.
Yeah, we need dogs to have more human, like Paul. Just name a dog Paul.
Yeah, people names.
Yeah, people names.
Steve?
Yeah. Steve. Hey, Steve. Come here, Steve. Come on. And then, there'd
Alan?
be people
Steve and Alan.
There'd be people who would look around, like, what? Why are you calling me? Yeah, I like,
Alan!
Yeah.
Alan!
Yeah.
Alan! Alan! Alan!
We're not helping,
Ow!
Red, I don't
Alan!
think.
Alan! Alan! Steve! 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 Steve!
You're at the
Steve!
park?
Steve! Steve!
Yeah. Well.
All right.
But good for you for adopting your foster. That's
Scooby.
great.
Yeah. No.
Arrow. Mel. Pumpkin.
These people just texting
People
in.
just texting in.
Cutie patootie.
No.
Connor. Tanner.
Tanner? No.
Yeah.
You hear those names enough at the park. They're just over at the playground. They're not
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby is good for Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway.
Dave! 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 Dave!
Dave.
Dave! 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 Dave!
Rhett, you have to make the dog wear a bandana, too.
My assistant, Dave, right?
Somebody says, consider the route I went and chose an 80s film villain. My current dog is Hans Gruber. I love
Gruber.
that. I love that.
Oh, here we go. Dog Cougar Mellencamp. Thank you, Texter.
All right.
That was not helpful at all.
No, sorry. It was Joey's birthday this week.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway, 8:23 right now. Beat Gina, brought to you by.
Brought to you by The State Room Presents, bringing you live music memories. Don't miss the album release party from Melissa Chelinsky with Georgie Petrov and Here Folk Wednesday, May 22nd at the State Room. Get tickets and showtimes at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul.
That's what I heard.
And advanced windows are the windows for your home.
Oh, my.
And this is Beat Gina. I'm Johnny O, your announcer for Beat Gina, with news from always fresh and easy to spread Peter Pan peanut butter.
Nice.
Peter Pan is smooth to the last bite, no oil separation ever, rich peanut flavor. And it stays fresh for keeps. Keep it as long as you want. It's so good it'll disappear fast. Your Peter Pan peanut butter is always fresh tasting and flavorful. No waste because it stays creamy and smooth till every bit is gone. You never have to stir it. It spreads onto bread like a touch of a knife. With the touch of a knife. Your whole family will love it. Peter Pan and Peter Pan never gets stale or rancid. More than just delicious. It contains important proteins, too. And remember, Peter Pan, from the makers of Derby Meat Products, famous for over 80 years.
Doesn't sound good, Derby Meat Products.
And now,
I did not know that.
Here's a man who was raised on Derby Meat Products.
Indeed.
Your host, Kerry Jackson. Derby Meat Products.
Not good.
All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, Austin is who you will be playing. Well, Austin is who the guys from Advanced
Let's
Windows
go,
are going to be
Austin.
playing for Austin.
We'll
today.
represent.
Okay,
So, correctly, heads or tails, please.
Heads never fails.
All right. Yes, that's how it goes.
Well, this time it did.
Oh.
Sorry, tails. There you go. Gina goes first. That means the first question is for Gina. She gets to answer it exclusively. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it right, she gets the point. If not, I'll allow you, Austin, and the guys from Advanced Windows to steal the point away with a correct answer. So you guys all work together and decide which one is the correct answer. So you're a team up against Gina.
Come on, Austin.
You may think you have the
do it.
advantage. But
You could probably win because, Nate was in the NFL.
famous for knowing their Star Wars films, the NFL. On this day, 44 years ago, Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back opened in theaters. I was there. Let's see. First question for Gina.
Yes.
Here we go. George Lucas was so impressed by Frank Oz's performance as Yoda
Yes.
that he spent thousands of dollars on an advertising campaign to try to get him what? Is it 1, getting Yoda a star on the Walk of Fame? Is it 2, a Yoda's own Sweet Puff Jamwich at Katz's Famous Deli in New York?
For sure.
3, an Oscar nomination for Best Actor in a Supporting Role? Or 4, a shrubbery, one that looks nice and not too expensive?
Yeah, that is a nice gift. I'm going to say he spent money trying to get him an Oscar.
Oscar nomination is correct.
All right, that's a point for Gina. Now, Austin, your chance to get into the game with help from Nate and Nate and Jake.
All right. During the filming of the Battle of Hoth, you guys know what I'm talking about?
They don't know.
Yeah,
It's the snow planet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the snow planet.
I played an NFL game there. In that stadium.
Sure. Because they never wait. They never wait. During the filming of the Battle of Hoth, the Echo-based troops were actually what? Is it 1, members of the Western Estates Homeowners Association, because they're badasses.
Yeah.
2, all CGI. 3, Hounslow Harriers, the West London's top amateur women's football team. Or 4, Norwegian mountain rescue skiers. What do you think, you three?
Austin, you got
Austin, you chiming in?
What do you think, Austin?
I'm kind of leaning towards number 4. What do you guys think?
We'll roll with it.
4.
4?
4.
Correct.
All
Let's
right,
go,
good.
Austin.
There you go.
Yeah. 1-1.
Austin,
Austin
good work.
doesn't
You
need
saved
you.
the
Here we
team.
come.
Austin, you saving the team.
Austin, someday you may play in the NFL.
All right.
I'm proud of you,
Go to
Austin.
Gina.
Yes.
When Mark Hamill was having trouble with the Dagobah scenes with Yoda,
Yes.
that's the swamp planet.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Frank Oz brought in what when he was having trouble?
Okay.
Was it 1, Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog to make him laugh?
Okay.
2, internet cat videos. 3, that footage of the stormtrooper hitting his head on the door
it's
from the
funny.
first
Yeah,
one. That's very funny. Or 4, a drill sergeant to yell at him. I got a family in another state. Probably.
None of those make sense. The drill sergeant? No?
Gina.
Miss Piggy? You
Oh,
didn't
we
bring
go.
in Miss
I do.
Hey.
Oh,
It's their.
I just
Yeah.
helped you.
It's their question.
Austin, you catch that, Austin?
Austin,
What do you think, Austin?
Yeah, and I think she gave it away. I think it's number 1.
Yes.
That's
Let's
two.
go.
What is with you?
Yes.
It's 2-1, Gina, and Austin controls the question. Bye-bye.
All right, here we go. Austin, in each Star Wars movie, the line, I have a bad feeling about this, is spoken by one of the characters.
Oh, you give them an...
For them, it's not easy for them. It's spoken by one of the characters. Who says it in The Empire Strikes Back? Is it 1, Jawa clan leader Wimatika, 2, Princess Leia, 3, Jawa clan leader Eat Patah, or 4, Han Solo, like always?
Austin, save us.
Because these guys, they're no help, Austin, I'm telling you.
Austin, they don't.
Come on, I thought you guys played in the NFL.
Austin, don't do that. We might lose points. Don't do that.
Come on.
I'm thinking it's number 2, if memory serves correctly.
Princess Leia?
Yeah, it's Princess Leia.
Of course.
Austin advanced windows.
Let's go, Austin.
Win the game. Congratulations, Austin. You did very well. With Gina's help.
Yes, with Gina's help.
You get 2 tickets to Lagoon.
All right. Hang on the line, Austin.
Thanks, guys.
Tell you how to get you those tickets.
Congrats, Austin.
I got to go. I've got to have a sandwich somewhere.
Big boy news and Opinioendo now brought to you by.
Summer's coming. Stay cool. Stay entertained with tabletop games from Haster Games with discounts on almost every type of product in the store, including board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. 6831 South State and online at HasterGames.com.
Anybody want to see Demi Moore naked?
Again?
I mean, really, really naked the way today?
Because she's done nude scenes before.
Yeah, this is she's a bit
But this is current.
Yeah, a bit older now, 61, and she said,
I'll bet she still looks great.
She says, I felt really good doing it too. I was completely naked to play this movie. In this movie, it's called
The
Substance.
The Substance.
Is it The Substance?
And it's supposed to actually be really good. It's a horror movie, actually.
Oh, really?
And it got like a big standing ovation at Cannes. And
She said it was a very vulnerable experience, but the nudity was required. I think going into it with a sensitivity and a lot of conversation about what we were trying to accomplish, how we were going to approach it. I think we've had mutual trust, and it went well. She stars as a former Hollywood starlet who takes the film's titular drug. It's a drug called The Substance.
The Substance.
And it results in the creation of a younger version of herself, played by Margaret Qualley.
Oh, a different actor instead of special effects.
The Substance takes a physical toll on Moore's character, who becomes disfigured as she continues to split her life with Qualley's youthful character.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and then there's another movie there at the Cannes Film Festival that's stirring up a lot of controversy. It's called The Apprentice.
Yep.
And people who have seen it, and the people who saw it at Cannes, were all for it, raved about it. It's a high-profile drama that stars Sebastian Stan as a young Donald Trump.
he's too good looking to be a young.
I'm telling you, you go look at Donald Trump when he was in his 20s.
Are you going to claim that young Donald Trump?
He was
and
not a
Sebastian
bad-looking man.
Okay,
He was not a
That's
bad-looking
Bill
man.
Allred.
He stars as a young Donald Trump, and he's with Roy Cohn, and it's what's his name from
Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy
Strong, who's a good bad guy. Yeah.
So the Cannes audiences have really liked it.
Except the producer.
Except for Dan Snyder. You know who Dan Snyder is?
No.
Used to own the Washington
yeah.
football team. Dan Snyder.
Yeah, I used to play for them.
Yeah.
See?
He really did. He really did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
Play for Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder, the billionaire former
We totally
owner
planned this.
of the Washington Commanders, who is an investor in that movie, and Dan Snyder is not happy with
Not
it.
happy.
Behind the scenes, a nasty battle is played out between Snyder-backed company. How was Dan Snyder to work for, Nate?
It was rough.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
He not a lot of people liked Mr. Snyder.
Yeah, there's a lot of distractions. Let's say that.
Yeah. But apparently, because this is not a movie that's very favorable to Donald Trump.
He claims that the final footage
Mm-hmm.
isn't pro-Trump enough compared to the script. Now, people who have read the script, Michael McKean was one of them, who said, hey, I read the same script, and this guy must be blind.
If he thought this was going to be any
It
other
was,
way than
it was never that.
Yeah, it's apparently there's a scene where Donald Trump throws Ivana, his 1st wife, down on the ground and brutally rapes her.
And now the Trump organization is threatening to sue.
Yeah.
And the producers of the film said, we know their track record on lawsuits. We're okay.
Yeah. Well, and that came out in their divorce.
And that was in the
proceedings.
book and in the divorce
Mhm.
proceedings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
All right, now let's go to the crime desk. Gina Barberi has a story of murder in the Grand Canyon State.
Yes, an Arizona man received a life sentence without parole after pleading guilty to murdering his wife. And you're saying, well, that's not an unusual story at all. Well, he buried her alive. Oh, that's unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And he buried her alive in a grave that he dug with his hands.
Wow. I always say hire a professional.
You need better tools.
You keep a shovel.
I'd never put
in
my
the-
own windows in my house.
You hired the professionals.
I hired
right?
professionals.
Hire advanced windows.
You use the
to do
right
that.
tools, you hire the professionals.
Right, exactly.
But this poor woman was trying to divorce him. I never understand why a divorce can't just be the end of it.
Exactly.
Why? Because she's fighting him for custody of the kids and for money. He fake hand wrote a note that he said was signed by her saying, I authorize Anthony to have the kids and all my money if I ever disappear.
You got to buy a shovel, and you've got to hire a good forger.
Yeah.
What is this, a Scooby-Doo episode?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
So there's that.
All right. Gina, now the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense
people
Minister
in his-
Yoav
yeah.
Gallant and 3 Hamas leaders.
Yes.
So their arrest warrants have been put out. Now
Yes.
these will never be served.
No.
But do you know who was partially responsible?
Amal Clooney.
Yeah, Mrs. Clooney.
Really?
George Clooney's wife. She is a international law expert.
She's a smart
and
lady.
She was one of the people on this panel that issued those warrants.
She's pretty amazing.
Carrie, howler monkeys in Mexico have been dropping dead from trees.
No!
In Mexico's southeastern tropical forests in recent weeks amid a nationwide drought and heat waves that have sent temperatures soaring across much of the country. In the state of Tabasco, where the temperatures are forecast this week to go past 113 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's too hot for the monkeys.
Local media have reported up to 85 monkey deaths, while authorities have confirmed the trend without providing a toll. But there are some awfully sad pictures here of just monkeys have
I don't
been
want to see.
falling dead out of
They
the
need
trees.
little monkey cooling
And
centers.
the howler monkeys, we saw them in Costa Rica, and they're just incredible. They would come through the trees making this howling sound, and they'd pass by a whole pack of them. I really just enjoyed every morning going out and waiting for the howler monkeys to come by, and they didn't hang around. They just passing by and going woo woo. Really cool. Gasoline prices are dropping all over the country. Thanks a lot, Biden. Falling gas prices are a taste of good news for Utahns in particular who are looking to hit the open road. On Monday, the average price of a regular gallon of gas in Utah stood at just $3.68. That's down nearly 10 cents from a week ago and 26 cents from 1 month ago. The price is being dragged up by higher prices in more remote areas of the state. Wayne County, it's $4.11 per gallon, but
I got relatives out there. I'll talk to them.
Will you?
Yeah.
A Utah County judge ruled Monday that a man charged with murder and the deaths of 2 toddlers in 2022 will stand trial. After a 4-day preliminary hearing in February and March, Judge Robert Lund ruled that there was enough evidence for the case of 27-year-old Kent Cody Barlow to be taken to trial. Barlow is charged with 2 counts of first-degree felony murder in the deaths of Hunter Jackson and Odin Ratliff. They were both 3 years old in May of 2022. Police say the 2 boys were playing in a corral in Eagle Mountain when Mr. Barlow crashed his car through the fence on the property, hit the corral. The structure collapsed on top of the boys, which caused their death. Yes?
Anytime you see a story about this guy, there will be a picture that
Yeah.
has, 15 mugshots of all the times he's been arrested for drunk driving. And it makes you, why is there
How
more
does that
than,
happen?
yeah, how does that happen?
Yeah. A semi-truck plunged into Deer Creek Reservoir last night, and officials say the driver has not been found. Utah Highway Patrol said the truck was traveling south on U.S. Highway 189. It lost control, jackknifed, hit a guardrail, and went into the lake. The driver is still unaccounted for, at least as of this writing. And the truck was hauling propane. The tank is leaking. I assume that's still closed.
Yeah, they said most
right?
of the day that's going to be closed.
Yeah, so. And bizarre accident. And let's see, one more story. How about Gina, you'll like this.
What's that?
The bird flu virus is spreading
it's
through
coming.
American dairy cows and can probably be traced back to a single spillover event. Late last year, scientists believe the virus jumped from wild birds into cattle in the Texas Panhandle. Now, by this spring, the virus known as H5N1 has traveled hundreds of miles or more, appearing on farms in Idaho, North Carolina, and Michigan. The virus didn't traverse those distances on its own. It hitched a ride with its hosts, the cows, who are moved across the country in big cattle trucks, moving into new states as cattle were transported from the outbreak's epicenter to farms across the country. And there are instances now of this flu jumping from the animals into people.
People that work on farms.
Yep, and yeah. So that's about it. Howler
monkeys.
It's kind of scary, actually.
Oh, they were cool.
Anyway,
they were cool.
Sports weather traffic.
Do you guys mind if I have Nate Orchard?
Well, he
help me
was
with-
in the NFL.
Look at it.
Nate Orchard from Advanced Window Products.
7 years in the NFL?
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years.
But before that, he was a Ute, and I have
That's right.
I have a Ute question for you.
Hit me.
So there's a story in the Tribune today about Ephraim Asiata. He's Matt Asiata's son. He's a four-star recruit, and he's been trying to decide whether to go to the U or BYU. And one of the things that was weighing on his decision was Kyle Whittingham has said before, I want to retire when I'm 65. He turned 65 this year. Now, he hasn't talked about retiring, but I'd like to know what you think about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just with the new playoff format, right? They've expanded the playoffs, so you got a lot more teams in there, I think. And now being in this new conference, I could see Coach Witt, sticking around a little longer just for that, right? And knowing him and how, strong his calves are, he's not going away anytime soon. They say your calves are your second heart, so I think he'll be okay.
Now, what about this, though? Is
that really
the thing I read about this story, too, was that it's not very strategic of him to say he wanted to retire when he was 65, because there are recruits from around the country that might come to Utah going, well, I don't know if I want to go there if he's going to retire. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hurt recruiting a little bit.
Yeah, well, you got to look at who his potential predecessors are, and I just look at the structure of the U entirely, right, and the foundation that has been laid from Coach McBride to Urban to now Coach Whittingham, just the level of consistency there, and really things being catered toward the players and building a strong program. So it's tough to beat that.
Anybody ever approach you and say, yeah, you want to come and coach?
Yeah, I mean, high school coaches. I think there's a petition probably going around in my neighborhood for me to be the next Highland High School High School coach.
Oh yeah, you'd be.
That is true.
But
Ram coach.
I'm enjoying the windows.
Yeah.
Go Rams. Go Rams.
Go Rams. That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, we had a real sports report there. That was fun.
It's for a change.
Hey, Gina, you did great.
Thanks.
Weather?
It's a little chilly today. Going to be 63 for a high. That's about 10 degrees cooler than it usually is this time of year. It'll feel more normal tomorrow. 76 will be the high. Overnight low 44. Traffic, we have a crash eastbound on the 201 freeway at 32nd West in West Valley. Right lane of the main flow and left lanes of the exit ramp are blocked. Traffic backed up to 5600 West. Let's see. Another friend of the program says major slowdown between Beck Street and 10th North, I-15 southbound. Thanks for sending that in via text at 33986. Take a journey to the beginning of time and space to never-before-seen cosmic landscapes and recently discovered exoplanets. See the awe-inspiring images captured by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope in dark sky, now playing at the Clark Planetarium.
All right. Well, you guys came on a good day because in our next break, the donut critic is here.
He brings us
He brings
treats.
samples.
He brings
Samples.
So Ben is
Let's
here.
go.
You're going to love it.
Coming through for us.
Yes, and we'll have that for you coming up after these messages. Ranlife.com/X96.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home, perhaps a home that has advanced window products in it? Yeah, it might, because they've been doing windows here for a long time. Rand Life Home Loans can help you turn your dream into an address. With Rand Life, you get some of the most flexible purchase programs out there. They even have a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage with interest rates as low as 3.75%. That's right, 3.75%. So don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Rand Life has had my mortgage for a long time. They're a local company, and they do a very good job. Contact Rand Life Home Loans by visiting randlife.com/x96. Turn your dream into an address with Rand Life Home Loans this home buying season. Now, remember, on approval of credit, restrictions may apply. 3.75% interest rate. APR is 6.970%. But do it today. Go to randlife.com/x9.
Why are you cold? Frank's not here.
What? It's
Is that a habit?
it's his presence. I can feel him in the room, even though Frank Christ, the Grim Reaper of celebrity souls, is not with us this morning. He was very
He's fine.
busy.
He's just fine.
He's fine. He's just fine. Yes. And by the way, do we have contestants lined up to play? Frank
We
Christmas?
do. We
Okay.
have Daniel.
Daniel. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
I'm good.
You're
Oh,
good.
You're cutting in and out, Daniel. Try it again.
Oh, I must be fine.
There you go.
Fine.
Yes.
There we go.
There you go, Daniel. You are fine. You're just fine. Frank Chris could not be here today because, well, he was tired from Glennis Johns, and then he wouldn't say, but he said, "There's an emergency situation, and I've had to park my scooter next to the bed in a convalescent home."
It could happen at any moment.
Yeah, of some celebrity who's just ready to go. So, but he gave me a list here, so we can still play the game. Frank Chris presents. They're fine. They're just fine. All right, Daniel. Because today is National Ellen Day, Ellen, an English girl's name meaning torch or shining light. Frank gave me a list of famous Ellens. Famous Ellens. All right, so you have to select the Ellen that is dead on this list. 3 of them are fine, but 1 of them Frank has claimed. Here we go. Number 1, Ellen Geer. Her father, Will Geer, was best known for playing Grandpa on The Waltons. Geer, Ms. Geer, Ellen Geer, began her film career appearing as a nun in a movie called Petulia. She followed that with an appearance in The Reavers with her father, Will. Then she did primarily guest appearances in made-for-television movies like Police Story, The Streets of San Francisco, Beretta, Barnaby Jones, Charlie's Angels, Chips, and Fantasy Island. Number 1, Ellen Geer. Number 2, this name is not very familiar, but Ellen Albertini Dow. She played the rapping Grandma Rosie in The Wedding Singer,
I know exactly who that is.
performing Rapper's Delight. Her other film roles included Mary Cleary, who outs her grandson in Wedding Crashers, Disco Dottie in 54, the recipient of Christopher Lloyd character Slapstick in Radioland Murders, and a choir nun in Sister Act. She was also known to small screen audiences for her guest appearances on sitcoms like The Golden Girls and Will and Grace. Number 2, Ellen Albertini Dow. Number 3, Ellen Cleghorn. Known for her tenure as a cast member on Saturday Night Live, Cleghorn made appearances on the Nickelodeon show The Adventures of Pete and Pete, playing a bus driver, and she appeared in independent films and comedies including Mr. Wrong, Armageddon, Coyote Ugly, Little Nicky, and Old School. Number 3, Ellen Cleghorn. And number 4, Ellen Barkin. Her breakthrough role was in the film Diner. Following years, she had starring roles in films like Tender Mercies, Eddie and the Cruisers, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, The Big Easy, Johnny Handsome, and Sea of Love. Number 4, Ellen Barkin. Daniel, which one of those Ellens is dead?
Could it be number 1?
Ellen Geer? No. No, I'm terribly sorry. Ellen Geer, it's a
She's
good guess.
fine?
She's fine. She's 82, and she runs a theater company in California that was
that's
established
cool.
by her father. I'll give you another chance, though, Daniel. Unlike Frank Christ, we believe in second chances here. So listen carefully. Is it Ellen Albertini Dow or Ellen Cleghorn or Ellen Barkin?
Ellen Albertini Dow.
Correct.
Excellent work.
She died in 2015.
R.I.P.
Yes, rest in peace. She died in 2015 at the age of 101.
She would have been negative points if you had her on your day.
Yeah, that's right. So, Daniel, you're going to go see Alkaline Trio. Have you ever seen them live?
No, I haven't.
Well, they're really good. They're way I think they're way better live than they are.
You're going to enjoy that, and it's happening March 21st at Rockwell at the Complex. If other folks want to know more about that show or find ticket links, you can do that at x96.com.
All right, Daniel, hang on the line, and a nice person will come on and tell you what you need to do next.
All right, it's a sponsor, Gina.
It's brought to you by Delicious Ice Cream.
All right, listen. So we have our new clients here in the studio with us from Advanced Window Products, and we want to keep you as clients. We want to keep your money, and that's why we're feeding you ice cream.
We're going to be here every morning.
I was going to say, yeah.
The
This is how it goes.
the donut critic has joined us. Ben is here, and he's brought ice cream from Cloud Ninth Creamery.
I've come to wreck all of your diets.
I was going to say, see, I've never heard of this place, but it may be my new go-to place now.
Yeah, and especially ice cream for breakfast. I mean, you know.
This is incredible.
Yes.
Yeah,
You start your day off right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a semi-new business. It started a long time ago. It's a family business. So in like 1942, this family was making ice cream, and then the rations for the war started pulling that back, and so they weren't able to make their ice cream. And that went dormant for many, many, many years until about 2 years ago. The son decided, or the grandson decided, hey, I'm going to make ice cream. And this is what we get. So these recipes are stemming from all of those recipes back then. And it's only available during the summer. That's the problem, right?
Yes. They're crazy for shutting down in the winter.
So it's at 9th and 9th? Is that where they are?
Yeah, so if you know where Crack Shack, the chicken place, used to be, which is now Houston Hot Chicken, it's just east of that. So
Okay, yeah.
it's just a little sliver of a shop, and it's amazing. The milk fat is super premium.
This is the key.
Yes, and so it's 16% milk fat for those of you that track that.
Yes, my muscles like that.
The muscles do like that.
Yes.
No, when I was a little kid, I always like laughed at the boxes of ice cream that said premium ice cream. I'm like, who says that? And it's like, no, that's a legit thing. There are percentages that determine whether it's a premium or a super premium ice cream.
And now what are the flavors we have here?
So what you have is Death by Peanut Butter, which we've been eating it, and you all have mentioned, like, I'm not even a big peanut butter fan, but this is really delicious.
I don't like peanut butter. I would never pick a peanut butter ice cream. But the texture with this is fire.
Yeah, it's so really silky,
amazing.
smooth.
And
it's not overwhelming. It's peanut butter. It's just,
Right.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And then we have a monkey business, which is a peanut butter, or not peanut butter, sorry, a banana and a fudge.
And the bananas in there, whole bananas in there.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Carrie, you said it's almost like taking a bite of cake.
Like a chocolate cake.
So rich.
Good.
And then the last is Almond Joy.
That one's pretty damn good, I got to say.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like this is the Almond Joy that everybody wants. You take a bite of the candy bar, and I'm always like, it needs a little bit of creaminess to it. The ice cream really hammers that home.
Now, do they have other flavors as well?
Oh, yeah. They, right now, probably have 10 flavors. A couple of them are for sorbets, if you're dairy-free. Okay. But my favorite is banana cream pie. They use bits of actual pie.
Carrie likes stuff in his.
I like stuff in my ice cream.
Me too.
I am exactly the same, too. And they do it so well. My wife likes the cake batter.
I would get that one.
Which honestly tastes like you're eating cake batter.
Oh, man.
And then
Carrie, you'll have to get a double scoop. Well, are they
on the way
corn?
home.
Do they have a cone? That you...
Yeah, so they
Okay.
do waffle cones. So they have fresh waffle cones or in a cup. And one that you'd really like, they have a new flavor called sugar cookie. and it's got
Mm.
little bits of sugar cookie. It's
that.
probably the best sugar cookie ice cream I've ever had in my
A
life.
guy in the chat room says they do Dole Whip too.
Yes, there's a
Ooh,
Dole Whip,
Dole
and then you
Whip?
can get ice cream Dole Whip
Ooh.
mixes. Yep.
Now, is that the only place you can get it?
No, there's a number of places that they've started to sell wholesale where
Oh,
you
really?
can get it at the restaurants.
Okay.
So
Oh,
if
in
you go to the Chocolate, which is in South Jordan or in Orem, they serve it with their hot cookies, which is obviously amazing.
That would be even better.
Kumo Cafe, they do like the big fluffy pancakes. That's in
Mhm.
like the Chinatown area.
Mm.
Tam's Cream Puffs down in Orem. Kiromas, I'm not sure where that one is located, but that is a spot you can get it. The Dalai Lama, it's those or the waffle cones that they put an ice cream scoop in. You can
Mm.
get it there. Gooey Gourmet Brownies in Orem. And then Flankers in Salt Lake. Ruth's Diner. That one was
Oh,
one that
wow.
I...
Ruth's Diner, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be going up there in the canyon. And
We've all been to
enjoying it.
Ruth's, yeah.
And then Hogel Zoo. So they're hard ice cream up at Hogel Zoo.
I'm taking my kids there.
That's
I'll
great.
be getting ice cream.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite, Nate?
Yeah, my portions were pretty small, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
The smaller
He needs
servings
more.
out of the bunch.
I'm sorry, I'll bring more next time.
He needs more to try, so, yeah.
But the peanut butter was a hit.
Yeah. Now let's move
Well,
on.
that's, Cloud Ninth. Is
Cloud
the-
Ninth, yep,
yeah.
9th and 9th. And you got to get in. They just barely opened on Friday, but they're going to be running throughout the summer. But you have to get there because it's amazing.
Now the Utah Dough Show happened this past Saturday. With a good show.
Yeah, so I wore my Dunkin' Donut costume, quite the spectacle.
Proud of you.
Well, thank you. But yeah, we did some judging. So we judged the 21 shops that were there. A lot of people are surprised that there are 21 shops in Utah, but there's many more.
Oh, yeah.
But the 21 shops that were able to make the show brought their best, and we were able to taste everything. And I'm just now recovering from all the sugar.
What was the best donut overall?
So the best donut is Chubby Baker's, the passion fruit cream cheese. And I have brought that in for you all.
Yeah.
It probably was about 6-7 months ago.
I remember it.
It was the star of the show. Hands down, we all loved it. The best cake donut was from Donut Run. So there's a New Ogden location, and then they have Spanish Fork, American Fork, and St. George locations.
Okay.
Best raised donut was Parlor Donuts. This is a new shop that's going to be in Utah. It's going to be in Pleasant Grove. It's a nationwide chain, but they're now coming to Utah, and it's so good. It's like croissant rolled donuts, like great salty, sweet flavors. You're going to have to look for that. It's going to be open in about 2 months in
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove. And then we also tasted the Other Side Donuts maybe a couple months here.
Yeah, you brought those in.
Is that
Yeah.
that's from the Other Side Academy?
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
are great people.
So they had the most creative donut, which was a donut. It was just covered all in popcorn, and then it had like a stick of cotton candy. It was just amazing. It was a fair theme, and they just they knocked it out of the park.
All right. Ben Lee, the Donut Critic. You can find all of this. Where's the best place to find all of your stuff, Ben?
So go to Donut Critic on Instagram, or you can go to donutcritic.com.
All right. Thanks for the ice cream, and we'll be sampling some of these donuts later on in the coming weeks.
Yes, you guys will be tasting
Hey,
it.
looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it.
We'll be here, Ben.
Yeah, they're going to make sure that they're here.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Thanks a lot. All right, traffic, Gina, please.
Crash eastbound SR 201 on Mountain View Corridor, the ramp there. We also have, eastbound 201 Bangor Highway. So those are two crashes in kind of the same general area there. Let's see, Point of the Mountain, or just before it, crash northbound I-15 in Lehigh, milepost 283. The left lane is closed there. Let me check our message stream, see if anybody's texting any traffic. Okay, you are not seeing anything, but if you do, you can send it to us, 33986. Strong Volkswagen presents The Movement with guests K-Bong and Johnny Cosmic at the Granary. This is a huge concert there happening Saturday, June 22nd, under the stars. Get your tickets in the full lineup at granarylive.com, powered by Strong VW.
All right. Jake Weber and Nate Orchard here, Advanced Window Products. Windows, now this is, you guys are local, you make everything here, you sell everything here, you install here. That's really, but windows are not cheap. You have financing available, I would assume.
Yeah, we understand, like, everyone out there has a different budget.
Yeah.
And we want to make it so that, like, the windows, getting new windows for your home is within reach. We don't
Mhm.
want it to be where you hear of these prices, and a lot of listeners, I would guess that they've had someone come out to their house if they've needed windows. They've had someone come and knock on their door, and you get that price that first time, and it like you fall out of your chair.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I am not ready to do windows. That's where we're able to come in because we manufacture our windows. We're able to give you a higher quality window for a better price because we cut out that middleman. We don't have a dealer out there selling the windows up for us. We do it direct. But then we have these financing options where we can get you for 10 windows as low as $170 a month with the 60-month program with zero interest.
Zero interest.
Zero interest, yeah. And it's or some people want to just like bump the hey, I want to get the windows now and let me wait 12 months to pay for it without paying any interest. So or a 24-month no payment,
So
no interest.
lots of different options.
We have a lot of different options, and really the key is just calling us and getting one of our factory reps out to your home. If you were to call right now, Rob is on the other line. He'd answer, and he'll come out to your house. He can come out in the next day or two, and he'll give you an idea of what your home needs because every window we build is custom. So we can customize your windows, and you'll see the price there, what it's going to cost, how good that deal can be, and then you'll see the financing options. And then knowing that you call today, you're going to get $3,000 off 10 or more windows.
So you're saying call. Where are they calling? Where do
Phone
they
number
call?
is 801-850-9100 and 801-850-9100.
So call today. You get $3,000 off 10 windows. Rob will answer the phone. 801-850-9100. Nate and Jake, you will come back, won't you?
We will be back. You brought us ice cream. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Well,
keep having the goods.
Yeah, you make me happy.
It's Advanced Windows. Thank you, guys.
Hey,
Thanks a lot. All right, we're going to take a break. We will be back after these messages and a song with the Boner Recap game. Easy to play, easy to win. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, cheat. Go to x96.com and look for the answers there. May 21, 2024. Click and take a look. What's the prize we're playing for?
Tickets to see OMD September 24th at the Union.
OMD tickets, 877-602-9696.
Did you see a lot of happy people in there? A lot of smiles, Savannah smiles? Sorry. I'm sorry.
So for spring break, we wanted to go see my sailor son, Festus, who's in the Navy. And he's stationed at the Mayport Naval Center in Jacksonville, Florida.
But nobody wanted to go.
Nobody wants to go to
Because it's Florida, or
I wouldn't go.
Jacksonville specifically is.
Are you sure? Oh, you've been there.
Yeah. So we thought, okay, how can we do a trip and see Festus without having to go to Jacksonville? There's some pictures accompanying these stories.
Oh,
if you
there
go
we
to
go.
x96.com/live.
Who are those people?
That's my family. That's
It
Joe and Festus and Jonesy and Mohammed.
God, they're both getting so big.
I know. So we thought, Savannah, we've heard cool things about, and it's like 2 hours from Jacksonville.
Okay.
So we're
He
close.
can do that.
Well, he's in the Navy. He can just take a ship up there.
Sure.
So we went to Jacksonville and had some great meals suggested by Carrie's wife, Sue.
Did you find those places?
Who's good at restaurant recommendations.
He got rid of the mustache.
Yes, he
thank
did
God.
shave. Festus
Been
shaved.
begging him to shave
Yes.
for years.
I said, did you do that just for me because we came to visit? One of the places we went to eat was the Old Pink House.
The what?
The Old Pink House in
Okay.
Savannah. And it's been around since 1771.
Wow.
And it is an old pink house. Delicious food there.
I think I ate at a boarding house in Savannah, Mrs. Something's boarding house, where everybody sat at tables, communal tables, and they just brought out big dishes of food. It was great.
And one of the other places we went, so we had a lot of good meals.
Ooh, that looked
but,
good.
But Mohammed, my youngest son, not the prophet, wanted to go to Waffle House. It's
all right.
Because it's the South.
You're in the South.
And there's a reason there are a lot of waffle. I mean, it's
They're
they're
everywhere.
They're open all night, and they're good.
And they stay open through hurricanes.
Oh, do they?
They are the go-to place. They say if the Waffle House closes, things are really bad.
So you put on your MAGA hat so you'd fit in.
So we went to a Waffle House close to Savannah, and it was a nice Waffle House. It was clean.
I've been in them. They're nice. They're
Not
okay.
not all of them. It was not. So we sit down, and our waitress. Most of the people in the Waffle House, they've got the blue uniform on.
Yeah.
Our waitress had hot Barbie pink uniform, impeccable.
All right.
She was gorgeous, perfect makeup, perfect hair. Her name was Tawanda.
Tawanda.
And Mohammed, who's done some investigating about the Waffle House, he said she's an executive waitress. Like she's
He knew this.
she's a special
Wow,
kind of waitress.
okay.
Like not every Waffle House has a Tawanda. You have to. I don't know how many people you have to serve or what you have to do to get to. And so she comes up to take your order. And Mohammed said, I'll have, and if you go to x96.com/live, he said, I'll have the 2-egg breakfast, which is 2 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, hash browns, and bacon, and 2 waffles. And
a huge amount of food.
And Tawanda said, are you sure? She said, I have 4 boys, and I don't think they could eat all that. Are you sure? And she's a professional she's executive waitress. She's seen a lot.
She's seen some hungry people come in.
And Mohammed said, no, I can do. If you go to x96.com/live, he ate all of that.
He ate all of that? Good Lord.
I could eat that.
You could eat all of that in one
Bet.
sitting?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
So that was Tawanda.
And I'd still have room for pie.
Barbie hot pink executive waitress. Clean, nice Waffle House. A couple days later, Mohammed enjoyed that breakfast so much, he's like, can we go to another Waffle House? This was not in a great part of town, this one.
Oh, okay.
We had another waitress named Tawanda.
No.
Different Waffle House.
It's a requirement.
Is it a title?
They all have to have
Different.
one. They all have to have one waitress named Tawanda.
And Jonesy said, I can't do Waffle House twice. I can't do it. So next door was a Starbucks. And I said, well, Jonesy and I can go to Starbucks and the boys can go to Waffle House. And I have never had this happen in a Starbucks before. There are more Waffle Houses than Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the South.
Of course.
We walked in the door, and there were 75 people in the Starbucks. So we waited in line. We get up to the front of the line, and the woman behind the counter said, we're only doing black coffee.
What? Why is that?
We-
Did they run out?
We are so backed up. We're 45 minutes behind on any drink other
Ridiculous.
What was going
than
on?
black coffee.
So you stood in line for a while only to find that out?
Yeah, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
we didn't.
Yeah, they should
They
have
should have
shouted
told
out
us
to
at the
you.
beginning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
should have somewhere along the line, walked down the line and said, by the way.
Yeah, no, we waited the whole time, and so we left there and went back to the Waffle House where Tawanda was. But
And the Waffle House also, it's required that they have one waiter in every Waffle House named Albert.
but Waffle House is kind of cool. I mean, I know you've been to one,
I've been in bunches of them.
but you're practically sitting in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Like the waitress doesn't leave the kitchen. Your booth just backs right up to the kitchen, and they just sort of turn
Yeah.
around and
And here you go.
yeah, take your order.
Here you are, honey.
Yeah.
I've always had a perfectly fine experience at the Waffle House.
Have you seen the Waffle House sketch though from the Saturday Night Live?
I don't know. I don't think
One
so.
just recently.
I would put that, Carrie, correct me if I'm wrong, I would put that in my top 10 Saturday Night Live sketches of all time.
Top 10?
Well, why would you be wrong if that's where you want to put it?
I mean,
That's
it's
your
not
list,
saying
yeah.
a lot.
I mean,
It is.
And it was just recently.
It
Who
was with the Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
It is, and you have to watch it all the way to the end because the payoff is.
That's the payoff.
I'll look for it.
I'll actually see if I can post
Okay.
it for you.
I found the boarding house that I ate at years ago, Mrs. Wilkes Boarding House.
Mrs. Wilkes.
In Savannah, Georgia.
I'm
And
Mrs.
there-
Wilkes.
It's an actual boarding house. There are people who live there.
Who board there?
Who board there and then come down to have lunch, and then you line up, let the general public in and fill in the tables.
We ate at a place called 1790. Everything there's from the 1700s. Savannah is one of the oldest cities.
Yeah.
And it's on the ghost tours. So there's crowds of people walking by, and there's a million ghost tours in Savannah. But we actually went to eat inside there, and on the menu it has the story of all the ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
There's a woman there whose sailor left her, and she jumped out of the window to go after him. And then there's another ghost where it's a little boy who likes to leave. I thought of you, Billy. Likes to leave dimes around. The dime ghost.
And it has to be the ghost.
Yeah.
It
Sure.
can't be
There's
just people leaving dimes
Carrie,
around.
there are dishes that are moved.
I get
Nobody's
tired of your skepticism sometimes.
I know. It's frightening, isn't it?
But Festus just quickly wanted me to tell all the friends of the program he misses you and he loves you, and he still listens, and he's out there.
People want to know, at the Pink House, did they sing to you, and did you go to the basement bar?
No, I didn't know there was a basement.
Secret basement
Well,
bar.
you're going to have to go back.
At the Pink House, Gina.
We'll go back. It said, "Is that a new song? I've never heard that before."
Well, I played it again because people forgot about it.
Yeah.
Sunset. 9:12. Boner recap game.
Oh, yeah. I'm set. Do we have a contestant?
Yes. Looks like the randomizer has chosen Matt.
Matt, are you there?
Maybe.
Matt?
Matt, honey.
Oh, Matt.
We're doing a radio show.
Matty.
No?
Matty boy.
Did we lose Matthew? No?
Phones have been working all morning. I
Well,
don't
he's-
understand.
no,
So.
he's doing something and not paying attention.
Yep. All right. Bye, Matt. Roman is here.
Roman, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi,
All right.
Roman.
I'm here.
Roman's paying attention.
What can Roman win, Gina?
Roman, you can win tickets to see OMD September 24th at the Union.
How's that?
That's awesome.
All right. Roman, I'm going to read you the three boner candidates. You tell me which one was the winner. Did you hear them earlier?
I sure did.
Okay, you're set then. Here we go. Number one. Come on, lady. Let the dude go for a whiz. This is the story of another nightmare at 30,000 feet. A very large man. He's got the window seat. He picked that purposely. He says, I think it gives me a little more room. I'm a big guy. And so he needs to get up and go to the bathroom. And the passenger on the aisle seat, well, of course, gets up and steps out. The woman sitting in the middle seat refuses to get up. I'm not getting up. You just go around me, go over me. And then she complains that he's touching her. He said, oh, jeez. Yeah, poor guy. I felt bad for the big guy. Boner candidate number two. Kid admits that he's part of the problem. That's Kid Rock. For some reason, Rolling Stone gave him some interview time. In an interview which Kid Rock got progressively drunker, used the N-word, used other polarizing words, just slammed a lot of different people, and waved a gun around in part of the interview. That's Kid Rock, number 2. And then boner candidate number 3, Terrence Howard, the actor. He's now full on Bull Goose Looney. He gave an interview, or he was on that stupid meathead Joe Rogan show, and he went on and on about how he remembered being in the womb. He remembered being born. People are destroying gravity. He's lost jobs because he wouldn't get the COVID vaccine. And Robert Downey Jr. Ruined his life somehow.
He's a kook.
Those were the 3 candidates. Roman, who was the winner?
Boner number 2.
Yeah, it was Kid Rock.
Easy.
Yep, you win, Roman. Isn't that how? Have you ever won anything before, Roman?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, cool, good. I'm glad. Well,
He's used to it.
What did
Yeah,
he?
no big deal.
I've won some stuff. I'm going to go see OMD now.
Yes.
All right, Roman, hang on the line, and somebody will tell you what you need to do next.
All right. Well, we will take a break. We will be back with some big boy news and opinioendo. Stand by for that. Oh, Hotshot Sprinkler. Let's see. Oh,
Parker.
You do say his name like that whenever you
I kind of draw it out, but more people work at Hotshot than Parker.
Yes.
Just so you know. He's very busy, so he can't personally come out to, well, it's that time of year. This is his season. They're getting the sprinklers going. Spring is here. Summer's coming fast. Now, I haven't turned on my sprinklers yet, but mine are ready to go because I had Hotshot Sprinkler over and getting them ready to go. Reach out to our friends at Hotshot Sprinkler Repair today. Their whole team is awesome to work with, from the office to the repair techs to the landscape installers. They'll get your sprinkler system dialed in for you. They took great care of me. It's easy to book an appointment. All you have to do is visit sprinklerwork.com to make an appointment. Now, if you wait too long, you could end up on a waiting list for a technician to come to your home. So set the appointment today, sprinklerwork.com. And if you are tired of watering your thirsty lawn, there are ways around this. There's some lower maintenance changes that you can make to your yard to make it more functional for your lifestyle while conserving water and money. They can register your product with the Utah Water Savers. They know all the people there. And they got tips and hints, and maybe you get rid of your grass. They can help you with that too. You can call them 801-566-8677, or better yet, just go to sprinklerwork.com and schedule an appointment.
Well, it's with a heavy heart that we say goodbye to a trusted and valued employee of the Radio from Hell show.
Well, thank you.
It's goodbye, but not forever.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Like maybe for a couple days.
It's our intern Dawson, and Dawson has been. This is the second. Dawson re-upped. This is his second.
I tried.
His second tour of duty. He was an intern some years ago, and then he came back and has been an intern again for how many years now?
Between both of it, like 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah. Enough experience to hopefully do something else one day.
Well, I have some exit interview questions for you, Dawson.
All right.
Now, first of all, what do you think the most important thing you've learned working here? What's the most important thing, or what thing do you love about that you've worked here?
What I really love is the editing. Honestly, as geeky as that sounds, I can read every one of your voices almost in the wavelengths.
Really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, at this point, I can kind of read the audio. One of the most important things, I think, was to kind of forgive myself. I had a tough time with the first time I left.
Why? What was different?
Because you're a doofus, that's why.
Yes, I was a doofus. I was a young 20-year-old whippersnapper, and wasn't making choices for myself. I thought I was, but
I mean, you weren't horrible as an intern then.
Well,
but,
thank you.
But you were kind of a doofus.
Yeah. That's a kind way to put it.
But you've matured.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Here's a second interview question. Did I ever ask you to get me a cup of coffee? And if I had asked you, would you have reported me to HR?
Well, You did.
I did?
When I rode to the road home at the Chevy dealer.
Oh, that's I did.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
no,
did you report me to HR for it?
No,
Oh,
no.
Okay. Should you?
Well, would you get me a cup of coffee?
No, God.
Well, then I might.
No, you're an intern. Get an intern a cup of coffee.
Okay.
What will you miss the most about being here?
The experience, being able to show you off to the listeners. I think the most fun part about being in production is elevating someone else.
I would have thought you said playing with the dog.
That I will miss Vax a lot.
You'll miss
I
playing
really
with
will.
the dog.
He is
All
a great dog.
Okay, just about to the end of the interview here, the exit interview. See, this is the fourth question. Chuck Berry's song, My Ding-a-Ling, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh,
I
God.
listened to it this morning and I was singing to it.
And finally, this question. This is the question we ask all.
There's one more.
Oh, do you? This is, yeah.
Little Smokies or Little Polskas?
Oh, yeah.
Smokies.
Smokies,
Yeah.
little
The sauce on them, it's
That's,
better
that's
than-
the key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Oh, that was a tough one.
And then finally, you see that door right there? Don't let it hit you in the ass when you leave.
That's my favorite part.
All right. And while you're out there, get me a cup of coffee.
Would you?
No.
Oh, good. Didn't that feel good to tell him no?
It did.
Thanks, Dawson.
Thank you, Dawson.
Thank you so
you
much.
really were. You really have been a valued employee, but you'll be around as a sort of a utility player.
Yeah.
Picking up slack where it's needed.
Yeah, there's lots of slack.
We'll still see you around.
As a matter of fact, will you pick up some slack out there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Good.
Good.
My
Very good.
family will be proud of me.
Very good.
Standing up for yourself, Dawson.
I know.
Thank
It
you.
all starts here.
Now, when you're back next week, you can't say no.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a freebies.
You're becoming a utility player now. You're being called in when needed.
You can't elevate others when you say no.
That's true. All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dawson.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll be stepping in to help out while I'm gone.
Probably he'll step in fairly often,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
Because I've got more vacations planned.
God knows.
Six.
All right. 9:22. Big boy news and opinioendo now, brought to you by.
Celebrate the start of summer in style at the Living Spaces Memorial Day event, where you'll find the best deals for your home and enjoy free shipping as soon as next day.
A genetic analysis of the German cockroach, explains its rise in southern Asia millenniums ago, and how it eventually turned up in your kitchen. They come out of hiding at night and scuttle across the house in search of starchy crumbs on the floor, a sticky, sugary stain on the counter, sometimes even a nibble of toothpaste or soap. Cockroaches. Yet out of the 4,500 different species of cockroaches, the German cockroach is probably the primary source of your frustration. It has overpowered other cockroach species and is considered the world's most prevalent indoor pest. The world's most prevalent indoor pest. How exactly this wild insect became our personal problem, so well adapted to living in places with humans that it's barely found in nature. Isn't
Really?
that interesting?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why should they?
Yeah.
You go in the house, they got food all over the place there.
But a new study describes the scavenger's origin story and reveals the genetic variations that make the insect different from other cockroaches. This is according to Qian Tang, an evolutionary biologist at Harvard University, and an author of the study, published Monday in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. And then that helps us find a solution to control them. The German cockroach was given its name in the late 1700s in Central Europe. Scientists later concluded that the species, Blatella germanica, originated in southeast Africa. And from there, the spread began. And the story goes on. It's quite long, but fascinating look into cockroaches. I don't know if you've had very much experience with them.
I've not had any, no.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever really encountered cockroaches was, of course, in New York City.
Yeah.
And an apartment that I lived in with my friend Jerry and his wife for a while until I found my own place. Bad cockroaches. And there was just... And
there's nothing you can do about
well,
it?
and once a month, they would an exterminator would come to the building and spray everything down, and you knew when that happened because you could smell it. I guess allegedly it was not harmful to humans, but I don't know. But that would get them down a little bit. Then there were the urban stories that the best way to control cockroaches in your apartment was to buy a gecko and have a lizard that just sort of lived in your. And that made sense, but as I recall, that didn't. People
I was going to say because the cockroaches come out at night, and
Yeah.
the gecko would have to be out at night.
Yeah,
and,
and the gecko would find them and eat them.
Allegedly.
But it really was like you if you come into the apartment at night and flip on the light,
Yeah.
you can just sort of
I don't know if
see
I
them
could
take off.
live
And then
like that.
well, when you got
I guess,
limited resources,
I guess, yeah.
and then the other place I encountered them was in Ogden when I worked in the beer bars up there. They loved the beer bar cockroaches. They loved that yeasty whatever, just the spillage and the stuff on the floor. So there were always cockroaches in the bar. A judge in New Mexico heard actor Alec Baldwin's legal team's motion to dismiss his involuntary manslaughter indictment on Friday, just 2 months before he's scheduled for trial for the deadly accidental shooting on the set of the movie Rust. I don't think that there's been a decision made yet by the judge. There were no witnesses there to testify, and there was no evidence binder. So even if somebody wanted to talk to somebody, there was no time or ability, said defense attorney Alex Shapiro. Apparently, prosecutors argued that they should follow protocol and continue with the charges. The defense is, of course, disagreeing. They want the charges dismissed, but I don't think there's been any decision made on that yet. I think the judge said, "I'll take it under advisement," and is listening or studying it. Slash has confirmed that Guns N' Roses are trying to make a new album.
Does anyone remember how to make a new album?
The 58-year-old guitarist has been busy working on Orgy of the Damned,
which is a really cool,
a record of mostly blues tracks
Yeah.
featuring a string of guest vocalists.
a whole bunch of great people on there.
He didn't want to drag his bandmate Axl Rose into appearing on the LP because the group are busy with the long-awaited follow-up to 2008's Chinese Democracy, on which he didn't appear, explaining why Axl and his Conspirators, the Conspirators, I guess, is a band that Axl does stuff with, collaborator Miles Kennedy, don't feature...
No, Miles Kennedy does a band with Slash.
Explaining why Axl and his The Conspirators collaborator Miles Kennedy...
Yeah. Miles Kennedy and Slash are in a...
Don't feature on his new... That's really oddly written. Slash told the Daily Star, it was my own side thing. I wasn't dragging my own guys into it. Guns N' Roses are trying to make their own record. I'm working with them in that capacity, but this doesn't involve anybody else. So. And, it's... I guess I don't really care, do I? Let's see. Will Smith had sweet words of encouragement for his Bad Boys Ride or Die co-star, Vanessa Hudgens, when filming got complicated because she's pregnant. Filming on the fourth installment of the action comedy franchise began in March of last year. but was stalled during the SAG-AFTRA actors strike. Huggins debuted her, I hate this phrase.
Baby bump? Is
Yeah.
it a baby bump?
Yeah. Debuted her baby bump at the 2024 Oscars in March, and Smith told Entertainment Tonight that filming resumed on Ride or Die right after the strike, and they had to figure out ways to film it so it didn't look like she was pregnant. But said we did it, and I think it came out well. And he said she was great in the movie. She was great.
I'll take his word for it.
Yeah. You probably won't.
I have not seen any of the Bad Boys movies.
I think I saw the first one. It was okay. Let's see. Baby Reindeer star Jessica Gunning, who was
Very
brilliant.
good. Very
Boy,
good.
she was good.
Scary.
Says she's got Richard Gadd's back. Richard Gadd is the comedian guy,
The creator.
the creator. She's got his back amid a backlash against his mega hit Netflix series Baby Reindeer. Gunning told the Radio Times that she's not engaging with comments made by Fiona Harvey, the woman she played in Baby Reindeer under the name Martha. Baby Reindeer tells the true story, mostly true story, of Gadd's experience with an alleged stalker, but Harvey denies claims made by the series that said she had not been convicted of stalking. Harvey has told her story to Piers Morgan and others. She's now considering legal action against Netflix, Gadd, and producer Clerkenwell Films. Gunning says she was concerned about the impact that Harvey's interviews might be having on Mr. Gadd, whom she describes as a survivor of sexual assault and stalking.
Which comes out in the...
I think he was incredibly brave to bear all of that. He really did put everything in that show, warts and all, errors and mistakes that were made. Yeah, because, I mean, he doesn't come off as some hero or anything in this, in Baby Reindeer.
That's the interesting thing about it is...
He said, I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of things wrong. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. I'm always fiercely protective of him, and I want to make sure that none of this is upsetting for him, really, so I try to keep out of that stuff. Apparently, by the way, she, Jessica Gunning, this is the first time I've ever seen her, but she's pretty well known in England. She's been on I forget, it's a cop series, a popular cop show in England, and is extremely well regarded in the acting community. Graceland looks like it might be going up for sale, putting it on the auction block.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley's historic Graceland home is set to be sold at auction after his daughter allegedly failed to pay back a $3.8 million loan. The property is due to be sold to the highest bidder on Thursday, but his granddaughter's trying to halt the court-approved sale. Presley moved into Graceland with his family in 1957. Riley Keough is his granddaughter.
And her mom did not manage money well.
Apparently
and Riley
not.
is
Yeah.
trying to unwind all of this mess.
Yeah, they claim Lisa Marie, Elvis's wife, signed a deed of trust to secure...
daughter.
Oh, that's the daughter, yeah. Priscilla is the mother. A deed of trust to secure the loan, and then she never paid the debt back before her death at the age of 54 last year. Riley Keough, the sole heir of Graceland, argues the loan is fake and insists it was not even executed by her mother. The documents are fraudulent. Well, that's interesting, her lawsuit says. She claims the signatures on the deeds are forged and alleges that the investment company that supposedly issued the loan is not a real entity. Huh. Well, I don't know. I think it would be nice if she could hang on to it. Jason Momoa has a new girlfriend.
A gal pal?
She's
Is he canoodling with somebody?
I think so.
She's the only good thing about the Morbius movie.
Oh, okay.
She's
She's
Adria
pretty.
Arjona.
Yeah.
Adria Arjona. The Morbius.
And she's not a good actress. That's how bad the Morbius movie is.
What is the Morbius movie?
The vampire movie with Jared Leto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not good.
She's not a good actress, and she's the best part.
She starred in several films in the past few years, including Pacific Rim Uprising, Life of the Party, Six Underground, and Morbius. Okay. Yeah. But they're I guess they're an item now.
Good.
Congratulations. I'm happy for all of them.
All right.
And, that's it.
That's good. Weather?
Weather and traffic. Todd Newcomb texted me and said, crash southbound I-15 6 North, backed all the way to Beck Street. Thank you, Infinity member Todd.
Does that mean he'll be late?
I wonder if that's why he's telling us that. Let's see, weather. 10 degrees cooler than normal today, 63 for a high, overnight low 44, and tomorrow will be a little more normal with 76 for a high and partly sunny, it looks like. If you're, Todd has my personal phone number, but if you can text us anytime at 33986. Experience the magic and enchantment of Cat and Cauldron, your premier destination for all things occult and metaphysical in Taylorsville. catandcauldron.com.
HasterGames.com, 6831 South State Street. If you or someone you love is a gamer, tabletop, board games, role-playing, that kind of thing, this is the place to send them, get them a gift certificate, or just follow them there. They have the latest and greatest Magic, Pokemon, D&D, miniatures, paint sets, all of that stuff for you. And let's see, new this week at Hester Games, available is the fourth set of the Disney Lorcana trading card, Ursula's Return. The set adds a new wave of iconic Disney characters to the Lorcana lineup. Stop by Hester Games to get your hand on this set while you can. Supply is very low. Also releasing this weekend is the exciting Chaos Space Marine Codex for Warhammer 40,000. Field your forces of chaos with brand new rules, new models, and a fantastic Battle Force box to boot. These are going to be available on Saturday, May 25th, so you got to call the shop at 801-352-2605 to reserve yours early. If you missed that phone number, don't worry. They are at 6831 South State, or even better, go to HasterGames.com.
I got a traffic ticket. I didn't really get a traffic ticket. I was on I-70 coming back from Moab, and it's 80 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Down that stretch from Moab to Green River, and I'm going the speed limit, 80, and I pass a cop car. Highway Patrol had pulled somebody over, and I went past. I didn't slow down because I wasn't speeding, and then I look in my rearview mirror, and there's
It's coming for you.
a patrol car coming for me. So I pull over, thinking, well, what the hell? Here's what it was.
Okay.
I received a citation, a warning citation. It is now Utah law. I don't know if this is new or. The guy said it like it was new. If you need to go pull into the other lane.
Yeah.
Now I usually do
because it's dangerous.
I usually do, but for some reason he was there was a big wide shoulder and the cop was, But he said he was very nice and friendly. We're just warning people today.
Oh, okay.
We just want to warn people that this is a law and you need. But they actually wrote up a
citation warning.
Yeah, a warning citation.
Yeah, it's there have been several police officers hit by people. They get out of the car to
I understand that it's important, and I usually do it. But he was so far over that I didn't.
And it's a good habit to get in now because it's a bigger problem in the winter.
Yeah,
when roads are slick and it's harder to see.
It was the Emery County Sheriff's Office, but the guy who came up to my car was not. He was not an officer. I mean, he had a uniform, but he was like some sort of intern. I think he was an intern.
Traffic intern?
Yeah, he said, I'm the trooper and I. So he said, the trooper and I were pulling people over just to warn them. But he did have
But it worked. You're going to be more. I would assume it worked. You're going to be more aware of it.
And now you're spreading the word here.
No, screw it. I hate law enforcement. I'm not going to ever. Those coppers aren't going to get me. No, as I said, I normally do.
Yeah.
Apparently, this has been a law since 2010. And you're lucky you didn't get a ticket. Oh, interesting.
How long since you have had a ticket?
I can't remember.
Me neither.
The last time I had a citation.
Me neither.
I think maybe the last time I had a citation was when I rear-ended somebody because I was being inattentive.
Oh, actually, Guy looked it up. It went into effect 5/3/2023.
Oh.
So it is new.
It is reasonably new.
I thought that's what he said. This is.
Yeah.
It's a new law.
All right. Let's see. No traffic, so we won't even waste our time.
No.
All right. It's 9:39.
It's our pal. It's Tori from
Tori.
the Salt Lake Film Society.
Hi, guys.
Wearing her.
I have a shirt just like that.
I just.
I wore it
Limited
yesterday.
edition.
You know, that's one of my favorite movies. Eraserhead is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
It's fantastic. It was in our very first summer showdown a couple of years ago, and this was our limited edition
At the
shirt.
Salt Lake Film Society.
At the Broadway at the Salt Lake Film Society.
And I just always loved David Lynch when he was asked about, well, what is that movie about that you made, Eraserhead? People say, what is that about? He said, well, it's about a guy who gets a girl pregnant, and then a little lady comes out from behind the radiator and sings a song. That's about all
Sums
he'd
it
say.
up.
That's about all he'd say. So the Summer Showdown, explain how
Yes.
that works at the Salt Lake Film Society.
Yeah, this will be our third annual. So we pit films against each other, cult films, 80s films, horror, and we see who wins.
Ultimate winner of the summer.
Ultimate winner of the summer, which, by the way, has been SLC Punk for the last 2 years.
Oh, come on. We
running.
can,
So.
I mean, I like that movie, but let's change it
Both
up here.
years. You can change it up this
Yeah.
year, but you can vote by either coming to the movie and being part of that experience. We have trivia, live trivia. We have swag. We have lots of really custom pre-show, lots of good time there. You can also donate or become a member and do that on the behalf of a film this summer, and that will boost it on the leaderboard. So we'll be running a leaderboard all summer so you can see where the ranking is as we go.
And I follow you on Instagram, and you've got the whole summer calendar there.
Yes, and
Okay.
tickets are on sale.
All right. Give us. What do we got?
Well, we'll be doing a lot of different combinations, but Ex Machina versus The Matrix will kick it off.
That's a good fight.
That's a really good fight.
Yeah, that's a really good fight.
Because I mean, you want to say Matrix right away, but El Machina was really good.
Right. It'll be hard to see whether or not the Saturday night wins or not. Usually,
And that's May 31st.
That's
is when
May 31st. We kick off the whole summer. We'll go all the way through. SLC Punk will end the summer because it was the winner last year.
And
at
the year
top
before.
and the year before.
and you know what you can do? We've got to figure out a way to disable Matthew Lydiard's phone.
Yes.
Because he's the one doing
He's
this.
the one doing that. He's the one donating to get that higher on the leaderboard. We also are doing some live shows during the summer. So there's a whole list. But the live shows sort similar to Rocky Horror Picture with the Shadowcast.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to do Repo the Genetic Opera and Hedwig and the Angry Inch
Oh.
on that weekend.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we kind of figure we know what wins that weekend. But
I don't know. Repo is very popular.
I've never
It is
seen
very
it, so
popular.
this is a good.
I don't
Yeah.
know. How do you? It's Repo Man.
No, Repo the Genetic Opera.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
so it is a punk opera about a dystopian future, I'll say. But Anthony Head stars in it, and he's lovely to see sing all the time from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It has its
Yeah.
audience. They're very loyal.
Exactly, and we've had guest stars from that movie out before, but that will be a fun weekend. Another fun weekend's our local weekend, so we've got Ruben and Ed versus Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow.
So that's a really great
Good.
weekend. We've got some 35 millimeter films. So Love Witch will be on 35 millimeter against Blair Witch. So that's the Witch weekend.
There you go. There you go.
And then you guys are coming out for Pulp Fiction versus Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
This is the
so
first
that's our Tarantino weekend.
Yeah, this is the first we're talking about it. We're going to do.
And this is tough for me because I love them both. But,
Yes, so do I.
But we'll be there for Pulp Fiction.
We're going to be there, and we're going to record a podcast and have a party.
Yeah,
and
the earlier show of the day. So be careful if you're buying tickets on the website. You'll see the live version. There'll be 2 showtimes for that, and then the earlier version will be with you guys doing the podcast.
So what's the capacity? How many people can we?
243. So get your tickets early on that one. They'll sell out fast.
Well, we'll be having more information about that coming out.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, I like both of those movies, but I have to go with Pulp Fiction because it's the first. My memory of Pulp Fiction is going to the theater, watching it, going, what? What is this? And then going back and seeing it again a couple of weeks later with somebody else and realizing, oh, this is a comedy, and laughing.
Well, it's certainly the most quotable. But I rewatched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's
just
so
recently,
good. I
and
love
it's
that movie.
Really good.
Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah. Well, we also have a fun weekend, very B-movie weekend with Tammy and the T-Rex and Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker?
Yes.
What a date.
Yeah. So we had Basket Case last year, and we'll do Frankenhooker this year. That's that same director. Kung Fu Hustle and Drunken Master have been really trying to get Jackie Chan into the summer programs. It's very difficult to get those films. So super excited about that. Cool. And we'll do The Lobster and Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that will be an interesting weekend.
Yes.
And then Galaxy Quest, Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan.
Well, that's interesting.
Khan on the big screen.
I don't know. You tell me,
Well,
Carrie.
I mean, you get Khan on the big screen,
Yeah.
but there's
I would go with Galaxy
There's
Quest.
a following for Galaxy
There's a
Quest,
huge following
you
for
know?
Galaxy Quest. We did that at the drive-in, and a lot of people showed up in costume and did
Enrico
a whole thing.
Colantoni is, he's the head alien guy in Galaxy Quest.
Yep.
He is such a good actor.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, but that's also for Utah 100 because it's 100 years of film in Utah this year.
Oh,
so
there we go.
And they
a
filmed
lot
that
of these,
year.
and a lot of these are shot in Utah that we picked this year. So
All right, so if you want to start getting into the Summer Showdown at the Salt Lake Film Society, what do you do?
yeah, you buy a ticket. Tickets are on sale now at slfstix.org, and or you can donate and become a Red Carpet Club member because we are a donor-supported nonprofit with a mission to exhibit, create, and preserve
Indeed.
cinematic experiences.
We're lucky to have you here, Salt Lake Film Society.
We are.
Thanks, Tori.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tori. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back crawling towards the exits after these. Pride is happening.
Listen, Pride, the Pride Festival is coming, and let me grab my notes on that because it's going to be a bigger and better than ever.
We're in the parade on the 2nd.
Yeah, Pride festivities begin May 30th and go through June 2nd. Thursday, May 30th at 7 p.m., there is a Pride Interfaith Service worship service, I should say. Then, of course, Saturday, June 1st at the state capitol, there is a rally and march. And then Sunday, the 2nd, is the big Pride parade starting at 10 a.m. The festival, of course, goes on May 30th through the 2nd. There's all kinds, it's just what you would expect at a festival. All kinds of entertainment, booths, local talent, also beverages and food to be had. The 2024 Utah Pride Festival. This is the 32nd annual Utah Pride celebration. 100,000 spectators at that parade. 50,000 people projected to participate in this year's celebration. 16,000 participants in the parade. There's 16,000 in the parade, and then there's about 100,000 spectators at the parade. So tickets, $15 for adults, $5 for kids, $2 discount for seniors with military with a valid ID, and you would get those it would be nice if they'd put these things where I could see them. Just look up Pride Festival. Okay. Let me go to this. So I was looking through news stuff today, and I saw this. Van Summerall, who helped restore the Egyptian Theater in Ogden, has died at the age of 81. Van Summerall spent his childhood Saturdays at Curie's Egyptian Theater, consuming everything the big screen and the majestic movie palace had to offer. He became a projectionist there when he got older, a ticket taker, an assistant manager. He worked at that movie theater for years and years, and then it kind of closed down and fell into disrepair. The Egyptian Theater, for those of you who don't know what it's like, I used to go there when I was a kid. Probably Van was the projectionist there. I didn't know him, but the Egyptian theater it's got an Egyptian motif, like with pyramids and and pharaohs and big statues of Egyptian gods. And what was really cool about it is that it had I forget what you call it, but the ceiling of the Egyptian theater, before the movie you'd go and sit and the lights would be dimmed and it was like a twilight sky, and it was full of stars. And they would even do a thing where all of a sudden a moon would rise and track its way across the ceiling of the theater. It was beautiful. I mean, it was just, and especially when you're a kid, it was just like.
Guy in the chat room has found a picture of the inside of the theater.
Oh. Yeah. And I went, I think I went to see a movie there on New Year's Day when it was right before it closed down for years. It was a horrible movie. I can't remember. I saw Alice's X-rated Adventures in Wonderland there.
Really?
Which was terrible. Yeah, and then I think it was Forbidden Planet. I went there.
That would be a good screen to see that on.
I went there to see Forbidden Planet, and there was no heat, and it was January 1st.
Oh, my.
And we had to wear, you could see your breath in the theater.
So it felt like space.
Yeah. And anyway, then the theater closed down, and it was closed for a long time.
Am I right that they had a cry room?
Yes. Yeah, they did up in the back.
Like back behind all the seats, they had a room with windows, but you could
take your unruly child there.
All theaters should have the cry room.
Yes, they should. They always had those in Mormon wards too. Same thing. But at any rate, the theater fell into disrepair. It was vacant. It was owned by a guy here in Salt Lake, and there was word then that they were going to tear it down and make way for something else. And Van Summerall said, "We can't lose this theater." And I met him. I guess he came to the radio station, and this is when it was just KJQ, and it was an AM radio station. Before Carrie and I started working together, I'd maybe been there 4 or 5 years, doing news. I was basically just doing news all the time. And he came to the radio station, and we went on the air and talked about it. And he formed, and I became a member of Friends of the Egyptian Theater, and we raised money to try and prevent the demise of this theater. And it was, it was hard going. And there was even a moment where somebody, I remember, somebody who was on the board with us took all the money and left.
Oh, wow.
Embezzled all the money. And but at any rate, we managed to do it. We managed to raise enough money to, and then Ogden City started chipping in, and Weber County started chipping in, and they said, "You're right.
We need to save places like that."
It was, and Van Summerall was just the sweetest, most wonderful guy, we did a thing at a fundraiser at the Egyptian. Once we'd cleaned it up enough and gotten some heat on, we screened some old films, and we got. This was amazing. You know who Hal Roach is?
Yeah.
He was a movie producer in the early days of Hollywood, in the early 1900s. He produced the Laurel and Hardy series. He was the Our Gang, Little Rascals.
Yeah.
He did all of that stuff. Harold Lloyd's early films. Hal Roach, I don't know. Somebody said we had to get Hal Roach to come. He was still alive. He's 90 years old.
Wow.
And he came to Ogden, Utah. And I was looking for it this morning. I couldn't find it. And so there's a picture of me standing out front of the Egyptian Theater in a tuxedo, interviewing 90-year-old Hal Roach. And it was a big fundraiser. It was very successful. And anyway, the theater was saved, and it's now just a wonderful place. People, there it is, x96.com/live. I was standing right there outside on the left side of that. That's the ticket booth in the center there. And I was standing there. That picture has me standing there with Hal Roach. If you ever get a chance to go to anything at that theater,
they do play. So it's not just like movies. They do plays.
They do events, and all kinds of things there now. And it's been beautifully restored. But the pictures of the inside of it, I remember being standing on a scaffolding way up to the ceiling height, and we took down these old curtains that were hanging in front of the because they were all ratty and awful. As we were cleaning up the theater.
I was there, I think, 15 years ago, and Marcus was recording a comedy special there.
Oh, yeah.
That was about 15 years ago. That was the last time I was there.
But Van passed away this month. He was 81, and he was one of the sweetest people, and but determined to save that damn theater.
Blake is texting in, please stop saying nice things about Ogden. We're trying to keep it sketchy over here.
It gets harder and harder to be sketchy. There's lots of cool things happening.
Yeah,
in
but always at the heart of Ogden will be the sketchiness. It's
Well, isn't it the city you're most likely to be?
The city you're most likely to be hit in the head with a beer bottle. Ogden City, statistically, it's the city that will work for food.
Yeah.
It was. Although I understand they're going to get the 50th annual Dirt Clod fight.
Ooh,
at Ogden.
I missed that.
There's going to be a big Dirt
Clod championship.
Yeah, Dirt Clod.
I missed that.
Championship. It's exciting. I participated in it once.
It's March Mudness.
It's Dirt Clod.
Write that down.
Dirt Clod throwers from all over the world come
Famous.
to Ogden to be in that.
Oh yeah, Sue reminds me. The last time that we were at that theater, Sue's boobs saved us from a speeding ticket.
That is nice when that happens.
I was driving home a little fast,
Officer.
and it was one of those. What did we do?
I saw Lenny Squiggy from Lenny and Squiggy. David, what was his name?
David Lander.
David Lander, thank you. Playing the king in The Princess and the Pea.
Once Upon a Mattress.
Yeah, Once Upon a Mattress at the Egyptian Theater. It was terrible.
Just in case you forgot. All right, 9:56.
It's a hectic morning.
Yeah. Just enough time to do the promo and crawl towards the exits. Ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people always accuse us of being bitchy.
Bitch. That's all you ever do on Radio from Hell.
We even give you, the friends of the program, an opportunity to bitch. It's things that must go.
Send your bitches or things that must go to radiofromhell at x96.com.
We'll bitch about them for you Wednesday morning here on X96. Bitch.
Bunch of bitches.
Bunch of bitchin' bitchers.
I didn't know you were going to do that. Otherwise, I would have had this ready.
Oh,
yeah.
I have this one.
Okay, hey, congratulations for 3 seconds of not bitching, bitchers.
that was a real phone call.
Yep.
And he wasn't being funny.
No.
We're beloved.
Yep.
We're beloved.
Beloved. And don't talk ill of Jeremy Clarkson, boy. I found that out yesterday.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
People upset you said he looked like a potato?
Oh, no, that he's a right-wing a-hole and a tick. I also said that he is a bug that burrows under your skin and sucks your blood.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah. So, you know.
That is pretty harsh.
And I just want to apologize to Mrs. Clarkson for saying that. All right. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
It's bullets or nothing.